Like we're in the middle of it.
We're not in the middle. We're not in the middle.
Except we are now.
You do so much.
It's a thing I did every D&D session.
Oh.
Hey, welcome.
Use the worst.
Welcome to the way you roll.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah.
We are back with episode 2 of Tides of War. I'm your host and DM, Eric. Does anyone want to introduce themselves and their characters?
No.
Starting with Duran.
Hey, my name is Duran. I don't play every character in this campaign. But I do play Sally Welver, a fighter gnome. Fighting gnome, I guess it's like a basketball, right? No, it's like the Irish. Okay, keep going.
Fighting Irish.
Hi,
Yeah.
my name's Nikki. I used to play Anna, but today I will be playing the sea elf Iridanza, who's a rogue.
That threw me off. Hi, I'm Marty. I play Sven. The
I don't think you.
I think I've
No, you don't have it. You don't.
So
tell
I'm
him.
gonna keep it a little secret. It's gonna be a little secret.
The sailor.
I'm a sailor boy.
Well, we don't have to necessarily.
I say see you later, boy. Continue.
I am Andrew. I play Kiruter, the human ranger.
Hi, I'm Katie. I play Sula, the Minotaur.
This is Griff. He's cute. He'll get us our views.
He
I'm
won.
Mariana.
Oh,
I play-
good boy.
He's so happy.
Oh,
Look at him.
okay.
Just like
Sorry.
the subscribers just.
Subscribe for more
Dog.
for Griff, but also some cute boys.
Well, first follow, then you can subscribe once
Yeah.
you know we have
If
50
we get
followers.
100
That'd be good.
subscribers by the end
Do
of the night,
both.
we will
It's-
teach him how to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Do both to see Doggo. Next.
With the doggos.
I'm Mariana, and I play Satanta the cleric.
I have a question. Can we have a pet? Can our group eventually get a pet that's
the-
played by your dog?
No, it's
I
the
mean-
goblins we were talking
If
about.
he's good enough and can stay down here for more than 30 minutes every day or every Sunday, then yeah.
It's good.
Okay, yeah, they're cool.
So it's up to you, Griff.
Orc.
He's being very good right now.
Just now, though.
All right.
I believe in you.
So
I don't.
we
it's
left
not
off with a
working.
battle against a gargoyle
Golems.
and some statues.
We all almost died.
Not all of you.
It was close.
Half of us.
A
Half
few
of
people
us
didn't
almost
take
did
any
die.
damage, is all I'm saying.
I mean, it got close.
It's close for some people. Okay, so you've loaded everything back onto Dawn's Herald, the ship you are currently on, and you're just standing there with all your stuff. And you just want to do anything?
Iridanza's gonna take off her waterlogged boots and just start like shaking them out and then just leaving them out to dry. in
You
the
did
sun.
jump in the ocean. That is a thing that
Yes.
Sven's going to limp to the infirmary, as I am currently almost dying.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
go-
assuming she's
I'm
coming
gonna
with
like slow, like falling,
Just
like
arms around each other, but I'm real duck low, like
I think-
walking
yeah, I
with
think,
her.
yeah, and then like I think you have to put like your whole arm down, so I'm like holding your arm, your arm up. We're trying our best. We're trying our best to get our way in.
She's literally dragging my prone body along.
Satana's gonna go back to his room. He's gonna dump all the books he got on the floor. He's gonna pick one up, open, start reading it, and he's just gonna lay on all the other books.
All right. The
Toby
first
has
one you picked
books.
up is the captain's log.
Toby has books.
I don't know if I got picked up by the mic.
Doesn't even read books.
Do it again, but louder.
Get that ASMR back.
You gotta lean close to the mic and
It's
let's
like-
go dead quiet for you to do that. Yeah.
Just lips on mic.
I go around it one ear with the other ear. Like,
Squawk 360.
I probably go up all the way to the top of the boat and just like nap up there.
Okay.
Is Captain Donovan around or
Yeah, you see them.
Arzak?
You see that they're on the other boat, if you remember there are 2 boats, and it looks like they're also kind of collecting whatever supplies they can find and bringing it over.
Okay. I'm gonna run over there and help them and also ask them what that was.
Who do you ask?
I guess I'll go up to the captain if he's on deck. Hey, so we just fought some like stone things, and I think I was a rock for a while, and I don't remember the end of the fight. Really, what was that about? Did you fight rock things also?
Yeah, there were a few of them over here as well. They seem to be some form of golem or some sort, probably trying to lure us in and turn us to stone. Or not us specifically, but just, travelers.
Isn't that a thing that just happens on the ocean?
More or less. I mean, there's always going to be something somewhere, right?
Oh. Okay. Can I help you carry stuff over to the boat?
If you want. I see you carried a bunch of stuff over from your boat.
Yeah.
So
You
you
only
got-
have some stuff. I mean, you should look at it. They wanted me to remind you that we're allowed to keep all of the stuff, but
Of course.
I feel like maybe it would be important to see what stuff the stone guys had, because do they drink potions? Can a stone drink a potion?
I don't think so.
Right, so they had some potions.
The stone people had. You mean the boat had potions?
How far away is this conversation happening from?
It's just
It's
just
far from
down
me.
the
It's
just
far
down
from
the
me.
boat, so you could probably.
Iridonza
hear-
picks up her boots and just walks over and just said, "Did you just ask if stone actually consumes something? We had to smash the potion on you."
Well, I don't remember that part because I was.
It's a good
No,
point.
that's a good point. That's a really good point. No, that's a really good point. No, we had to smash the potion on you. I don't think they actually inhalate anything.
Oh, okay. Thank you, by the way.
You're welcome. It wasn't me.
I like the thought that she literally went to fight a battle and then woke up and the battle was on and went,
Oh,
how did I get
That's
here?
right. Yeah. Like, you would've-
Just time lapse.
Yeah. So wait, you don't remember anything from the battle,
No, well, I remember before I turned to stone,
right? And then it was just.
and then I remember waking up and all of the stone was dead.
That's just okay.
I
That
was
makes
super
sense.
helpful.
So, yeah, we fought them off. You didn't really miss much. You were there, so it was great.
Right,
we
I was
fought
there.
them
Did I
off.
help at all?
No. No, not. You were stoned, so I don't
Okay,
think you would
well.
have helped. I'm sorry to tell you that, but we did. You're back, so that's a good thing.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
So everyone's okay over there then?
I'm asleep.
Do they need any more help pulling more stuff onto the ship, or are they finished?
Yeah, they're just kind of pulling like random supplies and stuff.
I thought we loaded all the stuff before.
Not from your boat.
Did we not? I thought
There
we
were
did.
two boats.
We did. No, from our boat we did.
All the metal
Yes.
stuff?
Yeah,
They're getting it from the other boat.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
still have the other boat that they.
I let them do their own stuff. I went to sleep
That's fair.
on the top of my boat.
That's fair.
Boat.
Wow.
Okay, so yeah, they pull everything out. Yep.
Yeah, so we're going to. Who's in charge of the infirmary on the
Now
boat?
we ever saw the infirmary. Is there an infirmary?
Is there an infirmary?
It's a blacksmith. I would really hope there's also an infirmary.
I mean,
I mean, there's a cleric.
Maybe
who
you could just go
you're-
to Satanta.
Do we know his? I guess he's the blessed. We do know he is. So.
He also healed you.
Yeah, that too.
It was very.
He could be a paladin.
Does he look like a paladin?
Marty, what's your character's name?
Whoa.
Looks like
Whoa.
Billy.
Excuse me, Mr. Cobalt. You can be whatever you want to be,
Mm-hmm.
except the dragon, unfortunately.
Okay, eventually.
Listen up, Barbie girl.
So Sully takes Sven towards
Satanta.
Satantas. Okay, it's gonna take a little while.
He repeats his name quite often.
Yeah.
He speaks in third. He speaks in third person.
Okay, Satanta. Okay. But I guess I don't know if we can do this, but Sully did travel around a lot.
Yeah,
Could I say that she had like some at least some some basic first aid for herself, and like she could probably help out. I don't know if this is gonna heal, but this is kind of just like a moment.
Yeah, I know
just-
basic first aid as well, so we can help with that too.
Yeah, you guys
We're,
could
like,
probably like find.
currently bleeding. We can do that.
we'll
You
just
guys could
stop
probably find
the
like cloth scraps and stuff to bind his wounds.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna just do that.
I'm gonna help you out too. Then.
Yeah. So we're just gonna bandage each other up.
So we both become mummies.
Yeah.
I forgot I didn't pick the medicine skill.
Nice.
Cleric you are.
Nice.
I can cast divine healing. What do I need mundane medicine for?
Yeah, that's true.
Anything
Got
that
it.
isn't fear.
Hello.
You still can't get your
Hello.
password?
Hello.
I changed it.
Hello.
We'll see how it goes.
Hello.
I do roll all 20s on history checks though.
You could figure out the history of medicine. I mean,
Shot across the bow.
That's true. That's really true. Well, great.
yeah.
So we're doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least it's like I guess it's like us
Does
like spending
one of
time
you-
to know each other a little bit.
I guess both of you roll medicine for each other.
Okay, we're going
Okay.
straight
Just to
D20 'cause-
stabilize.
Get ready
Great
to
medicine.
die. I don't know actually what my medicine is.
Don't roll 1.
It's a 2.
Yeah, what I said.
She's trying her best. She had 1 hit point.
Is that
I rolled a 2 as well.
Hell yeah.
But it's +2, so it's a 4.
They both start bleeding.
We bleed more.
So now this is a trail of blood going towards his room.
It's not clean.
Well, yeah, okay, so the thing is, right, you just fought a bunch of rocks. So you're used to like scrapes and stuff, but you're just like battered and bruised, and you don't really know what to do with a bandage when you're battered and bruised.
I got bit into and slashed.
But it's not like you're not pierced.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Because it was
Fair
a
enough.
rock.
It's all like internal
Fair
bleeding
enough.
and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. So we're
yeah.
kind of just
So
like
you
you
don't-
see brown and blue, black and blue. We're just like putting like cloth.
So
over,
yeah,
like,
you
we
guys
got
just
this.
kind of wrap yourselves in bandages, but like it doesn't really do anything.
Oh no.
We're trying our best.
I'm gonna make the argument that I'm concussed.
No.
That's why I did that.
Are they fully wrapped like a mummy?
No,
Oh.
just
But all-
like there's definitely more bandages
Than
than
is
makes
needed.
sense.
Okay.
Like just anything they thought looked slightly injured, they just wrap.
By the end, we're just like wrapped in multiple places. Like, okay, I think we got
And
it.
then we separate and we're tied to each other.
Our ankles are tied to each other.
You find out when a monster eats one of them, it does like the spaghetti thing. The Lady and the Tramp.
2 gargoyles end up kissing.
Eric, the size after small is tiny, right? And then minuscule?
Yeah.
I could have some fun with this
No.
diminution potion.
Oh no.
Super small.
This is great.
The size of a house cat.
Truly a pet.
Truly.
Once Iridanza she looks over at like the rest of the ship that they're pulling off. She's just like, they'll be fine, and she just walks away to like just dry off her boots and like try to find a place to like get them in the sun, and then just take off her belt just to like lay it out in the sun. Then she just sits there and just like, well, what do we do now?
What time of day is it?
Probably like late afternoon.
I think just go straight to sleep.
Yeah. For most of you guys.
Yeah, I think it's just going straight to sleep.
Okay. Do you sleep in your room or in the
No, I'm
crow's
sleeping
nest?
up there.
Okay.
You get sunburn.
Yeah, probably.
That's a really bad idea.
Oh well.
You got that.
You want me to roll for it? For sunburn?
No.
You got that wolf pelt covering you. You're gonna be boiling.
It's a day's ocean breeze though.
No.
But you're like, if you're sleeping in the crow's nest, you got like a little blanket.
We'll see. Whatever happens, happens.
Roll for heat exhaustion.
Yeah, I'll
So he
roll
wakes
for it.
up.
Whatever.
Off the mast.
All right. Well, so as everyone kind of gets everything back on the ship, whoever needs to kind of just bandage their wounds. These two look almost like mummies. The ship begins to depart from the rock. And before we continue with the story, I did realize I completely skipped the thing we were supposed to talk about at the beginning of the session, which were the goals and bonds. So I've talked to all players, even though I don't think at least 2 of them don't understand what I'm talking about.
At least.
Piece of paper again.
No,
But-
I read it last week, so I know like general idea.
In addition to the new XP rules we're using, which you get marks for doing things like killing enemies, rolling crits, dying. Two other ways to get XP are through character goals and character bonds, which are effectively when you complete whatever your character's goal is, you get XP, and when you kind of conclude a set of feelings about another PC, you also get XP. I guess I could read since I know the
I do
bonds
have
is the more confusing.
One question with the XP. With killing a monster, is it like whoever deals the last blow gets the XP?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chaos.
He's Marty's about to start trying to.
There's gonna be a lot of kill stealing.
But
No,
it's
it's
one
just
per
like-
monster, so like size doesn't. And also, it's only strong monsters. So just figure out what that means to you.
So we
for
can't
yourself.
go kill a bunch of rabbits.
Yes.
'Cause I was just
Yeah, there's no
thinking,
mining.
I was just thinking if it was like
Farming
a
XP.
the
Yeah.
group fighting like a dragon, that's gonna take the whole group to fight at once. If it's the only boss person who gets XP, I'm sure you'll manage
Yeah.
that in a certain way.
If it's like a boss fight, you're gonna all get XP anyway.
Yeah.
Because
Cool.
it means you're at the conclusion of some
yeah.
arc or quest. And it's only 1 XP even if it's a dragon, so
Yeah.
it's not like game changing.
No, yeah. I mean, I was just wondering.
And of course, it's a in progress development.
Yeah.
It's in development, so I'll change it as I
As
see
the dwarf
fit.
said, it still only counts as one.
Also, I did it last session. We're probably going to continue doing it. You also get a third of all the XP the rest of the group gets.
Hey, that's
Oh,
why I
okay.
have AXP.
And we're just double checking that you're keeping count on this because that's really
Yes.
hard for me.
I totally.
I've been
I
marking
counted
it.
I've
one
been
mark
marking it.
from when I died.
Yeah,
So.
I'm keeping track of it. And also, for you guys, you guys can see it in the Discord.
Okay.
In the XP chat at the top, it's going to list whatever everyone's XP is.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
So for the bonds, just to talk about them very briefly, it's the description, since I'm using Dungeon World's bond system effectively, is bonds are what make you a party of adventurers, not just a random assortment of people. They're the feelings, thoughts, and shared history that tie you together. You will always have at least one bond, and you'll often have more to start with. You'll replace your starting bond and gain new ones through play. So over the next 2 sessions, everyone's going to decide on what they want their first bond to be, and after that we can keep adding them as we see fit. Some examples are, like if I was Satanta, right, and I say, this person's an idiot, I don't like them. But eventually through play, he'll keep bringing that up to the person, and once he doesn't think they're stupid anymore, or just doesn't care enough to even bother thinking they're stupid, that bond is resolved.
Sounds like
And then
fun
both
songs.
players get XP.
Cool.
Does anyone want to announce any goals? If you don't want to announce your goals to everyone, that's fine. I've talked to a few people. Or announce any bonds now.
I could announce a bond. I thought about it. I think one of the bonds or announcement I have is that she sees. Oh fuck! What's your character name? again?
Sally.
Thank you. She sees Sally as too young to be on an adventure, and being who she is and how old Iridanza is, she feels the need to therefore protect Sally or just keep an eye on her to make sure she's doing okay. In an almost like motherly, matronly way.
Okay. Anyone else?
I have a goal for Sally, which is just find she's trying to find the keeper of the hammer, like because her whole quest is kind of just like her mentor's like, I made this hammer, I need you to go deliver it, and she's like, cool, but then she got so excited and just left that she didn't get any information, so she's kind of just already too far down the road to go back out of pride. So that's kind of her goal. I think I don't know if this will work out, and we have to talk with Marty about this. I think it's a bond with Sven, just like how much damage they took and how
Absolutely.
they just barely survived. And like, I mean, I guess they would just have like kind of cool time just trying to figure out how to patch each other up. But I think that'd be a cool bond, just to be like, because she doesn't really have friends. She's been traveling around, so it's like I think she kind of sees you as like a really cool friend,
Yeah.
especially seeing like how much work you do and like how like you take charge and like on the ship. You'd be like, I want to be cool like that person. So I think that's kind of something I want to start building up towards and just kind of talk. Because I mean, she doesn't do anything.
I could
else,
also see camaraderie between Sven and
Yeah.
Sully, off of like battle and like patching each other up and whatnot.
Yeah.
I guess a goal for Sven would be finding information on the cult that he was looking into in Oceanstone until he got abducted. And since he can't get back to Oceanstone to do it, he's just gonna be, I guess, yeah, he's just gonna be, I guess, looking into that a little bit more.
Okay.
Also, a goal. Samantha is looking for very rare, preferably one-of-a-kind books, especially ones with either arcane or historical context.
Ooh.
Is that short term or long term?
Both.
So I would say for long term, he has no problem into this to anyone. Will be aiding in the destruction of the world for his god.
Of course.
So yeah,
That's
that's again not in any of our sessions, but his longest term goal is
I'm just
So how-
aiding in
so-
the
Oh,
destruction.
yeah.
The question is, how do we break down this goal into simple steps? 2 times?
Honestly, if you guys do want to know, it's stopping other world-ending cults so that my world-ending cult.
Oh, you know what? That's fair.
It's very simple.
This
He
is a
goes
lot of
up,
characters,
destroys
we all
evil
don't
for
know this.
his evil.
Oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be
Great.
great.
This is great because now we all know, but it's
Suddenly,
all
quick,
out
we have
of
to destroy this
character.
cult. Cool.
But
Now
yeah, it's
time
one of
to
those things where if you asked him, he would have told you straight up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll eventually get to that thing because I don't even think that you've asked Sally about like if she's accepted whatever.
Probably not yet.
Yeah, so we'll get to that
It'll
eventually.
come up. Again, he's concussed, so he's not thinking right now.
Oh,
Which is
yeah.
why your head is wrapped, even though you have no head wound.
Perfect.
Well, your logic, of course, was, well, you can't see a concussion.
Therefore, the concussion is not there. And somebody's like, you know what? That's fair.
Very philosophical.
I like it. It's gonna be a
So
great friendship.
for Selly's bond with Sven, I wrote explore new friendship.
Mhm.
So that would basically be once you guys decide like, hey, we're not like new friends, then that'd be resolved effectively.
Hey.
Or when you hate each other.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll see.
Or kill each other.
It depends on your alignment.
I'm kind of like rethinking her line a little bit, kind of just the way that I did last session. I was like, that's not where that's not the original plan for her. So I mean, if the plan pans out that way, then that's how it
Yeah.
pans out.
I don't play alignment super strictly,
Yeah,
so
cool.
you don't have to worry about it too much. Yeah, so the Dawn's Herald departs the jagged rock that you fought the two ship. Well, you only fought one ship with gargoyles and statues on them. As you set sail, maybe like just as dusk is hitting, you're all called to Captain Donovan Haig's quarters.
How much have we been healed? We never.
Yeah, did we
discussed
take
that.
like a short rest or something?
Eventually Nicholas, who's one of the carpenters, came around and also healed everyone to full health.
Cool.
So he knew I was
So-
all the way up there?
He didn't find you,
Okay.
Oh, you're dead.
but they did find you to call you to the
Okay.
meeting,
Okay, so I just, okay.
but you just didn't get healed.
I know.
So just to clarify, this is not like a short rest or long rest. It's just like you just got all your hit points back.
Yeah, just
Okay, so I'll just do that.
Iridanza will pad into the room barefoot. Still waiting for her boots to dry.
Fair.
so I'm assuming you're all going to
Yep.
the meeting.
We
The
can take
captain's quarters.
8 hit points. This is how to use this as last spell to heal you.
Oh no, I hope that doesn't come back to bite us in the ass.
How could it possibly?
And the crack.
And the Kraken.
If I was down to one spell slot, I was in trouble
you
either
said
way.
you
Yeah, you said a D8, right?
I mean, I guess
8
it's just like a
points.
1
8
on
points,
it.
okay.
Oh, okay.
So I have.
So Iridanza, when she walks in the room, she sees Sally. She goes, "Oh no," and she'll walk over to Sally. What?
Well, I was talking with Sven, and
Yeah.
the idea was
Is Sven in the room? Do I turn around?
no, I don't know.
I'm gonna go with he's gonna walk in the conversation. So
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess you hear the word Sven, you're like, oh, I guess it's about me, and you walk in. So Sven and I were talking, and we were like, if you can't see the injuries, then they're not there. So I think, and then some nice, I think some nice person came in and was like, here's some help, and like gave me some potions or whatever. So I think I'm fine. I mean, it doesn't hurt anymore, so I think it just worked
I
out.
think it was I was concussed,
You were concussed.
and then I continued walking into the room, still in bandages, just because of pride.
Holy moly. Let's hold on. Let me double check something. Oh, actually, okay. Sally, tonight, I guess, or I guess after this. Can I help you with your wounds that are probably non-existent?
I mean, you could check, but I think I'm feeling. Yeah, you
I
don't know why
don't-
not.
I don't think that you need that
I
many.
walk in. What happened to you two?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Bandages equal healing.
No,
That's it.
I was
that
concussed.
I open my notebook and I write that down.
Bandages equals healing.
Yeah.
You're concussed, but then you're wearing bandages on your arms and your feet. What's happening?
I honestly don't remember. I just haven't taken it off yet.
Well,
I'm not proud, just so you know. It's just
No, I understand. When
Not
you
taking
get
it
a
off.
chance, you know what you should do is just take a bucket of just some salt water and just wash it over.
that is not how that works.
It'll
Yes,
just
that'll feel so
sterilize,
good.
please.
It'll hurt. And
Yes.
we have healers on the boat, so I'm not going to do that.
And don't wear the bandages.
Fair point. He takes them off.
Sally starts taking off bandages too, but she has one on her arm that Sven tied, and was like, no, I'll just leave it here. It looks cool. It's a cool bandage.
Iridanza rushes over and like quickly fixes it to like make sure it's wrapped up properly, not just like a thing just like waving off like
Which
a
it
hard
absolutely was.
band. Yeah, just a hard band waving off, and she just
Cool.
she just picks up all the bandages and just like throws them into the nearest little garbage bin somewhere.
So as you guys are kind of all talking, some of you probably just standing there like, why am I here?
A sigh.
So the room you're in, it's kind of like almost like a war room. So there's a big table with some chairs around it.
Does anyone stab the map in the center of the table yet?
I have a feeling
Does anyone
Satan's going
stab the map
to.
in the
No.
center of the table yet? That doesn't even count.
We haven't found to pick their destination yet, so.
Oh yeah.
It's a solid point.
The room is fairly bare. There's a rocking chair in one corner. And then there's two doors that you didn't come through, one in the back and one is on the side. And you can see the one on the side is a small room. And then as you guys are standing there, Lore, who's the old tiefling woman, comes out of the side room, and the captain comes out of the back room. Lore just goes and sits in the rocking chair and just kind of looks at all of you.
Who's Lord again?
Mhm.
The tiefling.
Tiefling.
Old tiefling.
The tiefling woman. She's super old.
We don't know her position.
Nope,
Okay.
she's new.
Thank you.
And the captain comes over and he says, thank you all for coming here. I figure maybe I should fill you in a little bit more of why I've brought you on this ship. In truth, I'm looking to recruit all of you. Not just for whatever we're doing right now, more permanently.
Did you conscript us?
I conscripted you.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm not looking
Continue.
for permanency.
I don't even know what I was thinking.
Well, it wouldn't.
I second her point, by the way.
Sorry, can you repeat what you said? This is out of character.
I'm not. She was looking for permanency.
An appointment is.
Permanent. She
Permanency.
doesn't.
Okay.
She's looking for permanent.
I don't know why my
She
brain
didn't
wasn't
like
working.
diplomacy either.
Makes sense now.
She hates
Okay.
the sand.
Well, not necessarily permanent, but more extended period of time. I was going to offer all of you a contract for roughly 6 months, which for your kind is not very long.
Yes, but that's still. Never mind.
And the reasoning for this is, as you
Oh,
are,
wait. No, she just realized the implications of your words. That's all.
Your main assignment, you would be recruited as a task force for myself, as I am a captain of the Order of the Merit's tier. There are occasionally situations that I can't necessarily handle by myself. Not that I can't do them, more of I'm not supposed to do them. You see, as a captain of the Order of the Merit's tier, I have a very political. I'm very weirdly placed politically. There's certain things I'm not supposed to do, but I should do because they're either the right thing to do or because someone has to do them. So if I had a task force working for me on my boat, it'd make it a lot easier for me to get these things done.
What?
Do we get are we gonna be traveling a lot? Is that what we're gonna be doing?
Yes.
All right, perfect.
We'll always return to Ocean's Throne, though.
For how do you, I know you probably don't know this, but how long would we be staying in Ocean's Throne before we leave again?
Depends on the assignment.
You know, why not? I mean, I got some stuff I need to do back and forth, and I need to cover it. I think just the pace I've been running at, I haven't been clearing that much ground, so that's just me. So
you have little legs.
Okay.
That's
I had a
not
cart
nice.
too.
But it's
I had a
true.
cart.
Yes, it's true, but it's still not nice.
You wanted to talk. You badgered about her age before.
Yeah.
Yes, she's so young. Why is she
She's
doing
40
here?
something.
I'm 40 years old.
And
She's older than
and
me.
she's a
I'm a gnome, not a child.
You also
You're on
called her a
someone
child
else's-
just based on her looks.
She's very young.
I'm 40.
Yeah.
That's technically adult age and gnome.
Oh boy, you have no idea how old I am.
Okay, cool.
So technically.
As we've established last session, this is a very
Okay, so,
racially insensitive.
I was gonna say, like, I have a note in my book saying that Ocean Stone's real
Captain, I'm
racist.
good. I'm good. Where as long as I get to move around a lot and talk to as many people as possible, I'm fine.
You get plenty of
I feel
opportunities.
a wind on my back.
Okay, yeah, I guess for the rest of you guys.
Does anyone else have any comments, concerns?
I was informed of certain incidents of magic.
Spectral dog.
And he looks at Laura specifically as he says.
Oh yeah, magic.
Do you care to be more specific, Satanta?
Satana doesn't know more specific.
Then how do you know what you're supposed to be looking for?
You sneaky. You sneaky boy.
And he's just waiting for you to
Well, we do occasionally investigate certain magical events, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I don't think this conversation.
No, I think that's just how he talks at
I
this
think he's
point.
broken.
Any other
I,
com- Yeah.
you would be asking us to operate outside of the law.
Not outside the law, outside of my jurisdiction of law.
But you'd be the
What?
one telling us what to do.
I'd give you instructions.
What exactly is your jurisdiction of the law?
Is there any law when you're on the sea?
Yes.
Survival
I
of the
think there is.
fittest.
Absolutely. there
Maritime
is.
law.
Yeah, there are more laws. So,
Your butt, sorry.
Survival of the fittest.
International laws. There's human.
No, yeah, actually,
The gods.
country's law also.
I mean,
And the
there's a
laws
lot
of
of the
physics,
gods.
the laws of magic.
Oh, yes.
You see, as
More
in my
laws.
position as a agent of the marriage tier, we have certain obligations to certain factions, specifically the more powerful ones, such as the Celisari or the Karn Thurum Pact. So they have certain things they don't want us involved with. So I can't investigate those things because it'd cause some political shit show. But if someone else investigated them and they didn't know who they worked for, you know, then it is what it is. Look, there's a lot going on right now in the Ocean's Throne with all the factions and stuff. And the Order of the Marriage Tier can't keep it under control. We're supposed to be peacekeepers, instead we're political babysitters. So I need people with certain sets of skills who are exceptional in their fields, which, you know, some of you are, some of you aren't.
I stopped paying attention.
Was
To
that out of
help me
character or in
handle some
character?
things that are sometimes more sensitive.
Are we the only group you've chosen, or do you have other factions going around?
Yeah.
Or splinter cells or whatever going around?
I can't speak exactly for the other captains. You're the only ones I have hired. Everyone else on the ship is has been with me for a while and is more permanent than I'm offering you right now.
I can do 6 months.
Wait, so what are we doing?
Just 6 months.
We're just helping them out with some stuff around the Ocean Stone.
Thank you.
That's pretty much it, basically. Since you're just
And as I
using
said,
it.
payment is you can keep anything you find,
Yeah.
as well as I'm willing to offer 100 gold each per month.
Okay. Spending gold is more than I had before.
Yeah. Wow.
Sit down, I can keep
Any books you find are yours that aren't owned by someone on this ship. If you steal any books from someone else, don't tell me.
No.
No, you won't tell them, or no, you're not gonna steal books.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're on the same page. Wonderful.
Fuck. I guess we should just. I don't know.
I'm going back to my room.
Look, if at any point you want out, you can have out.
Does that count? Does that mean you're gonna kick us off the? You're just gonna throw us off the boat?
I'm not going to throw anyone off the boat unless, like, you tried to kill me or something, and then I might throw you off the boat.
No, I don't kill people. That gives me nightmares. I wouldn't do that.
Oh, I definitely kill
Why
people.
are you here?
Trying my best. I'm trying to do what I need to do. That's it.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay then.
Why is
Good luck.
everybody looking at me?
I don't know. I don't even know what's going on.
Ah.
So everyone, sound good to everyone?
I like walk out of the room. I just say
Yeah,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Well, you have to sign the.
All
Do you even know
right.
how to write?
I have a little like stamp, but it's in the shape of a dog print. I just like, and then I leave. And then I leave.
Carry that around.
Yeah. It's my signature.
Seal.
All right. Yeah. So he has a contract.
Can we just confirm that he signed the contract on a random piece of paper on your desk as you walked up and put it on something random? Not the most
Somewhere on the
friendly,
map
it's
now.
just the ledger.
I would like to make note that I forgot it there. So if I didn't, then they could just.
If anyone would like to roll investigation on the contract or insight on him,
Oh, I probably.
now's your chance.
I probably
Absolutely.
should have done that,
I
but
would
he's stupid.
like to
So
roll
ask you about that.
investigation on conservation.
I already did it. So.
I'm doing
Yeah, I'll go for
insight.
insight.
Hmm?
I'll
I'm
go
doing
for
insight.
insight.
All right.
No, that's a D for
I
me.
gotta get my scores up.
Do an insight.
You think the mics
Oh,
are
he's
picking
going
that
up the
up?
stairs.
Bye, boy.
Yes. Yes. They are.
There, okay.
Goodbye, sweet boy. I'll see you later.
Oh,
7.
oh, they called him back.
Oh. Was I cold? I got a 14.
Wait. So what? Everyone roll?
8,
She's getting them all
8 on
excited.
insight.
14 on insight.
7.
He seems to be.
Yeah, right into the
Right
mic.
into the mic.
You keep calling him specifically to him.
We hear heavy breathing.
I didn't think it was gonna be one in the back. The
He's in
table
earlier.
though.
I got an 8 on my insight.
Yeah,
Investigation on the paper.
All right.
I already
Um,
left, so I can't.
Contract looks pretty straightforward. And, like, it doesn't look like there's any tricks in there. He seems to be telling the truth for the most part.
do it. Except for this one clause.
Iridanza shrugs. It's only 6 months, and she just signs.
All right. So Does anyone else have anything they want to do, or?
No, I think that's it.
You said there was like a merchant or something, right?
Yeah, there's a general merchant.
I'll take care of that later.
I'll just keep reading.
Oh, you're enamored.
I probably wander looking for the snake that stole me gold.
You don't find it.
I know. I know. I'm just saying that's what I'm doing. Maybe make some more arrows in the meantime. Shoot some seagulls down, take down the feather.
Didn't Iridanzo lose a dagger? So you-
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Restock that.
Sorry
I
for
wanna-
that.
I want to restock a dagger, but how much is it, my friend?
Oh, I have a question.
Book price, which is like not very
Oh.
expensive.
Something.
I think
For
it's
Sully,
gold, yeah.
Sully's a blacksmith. I think we just after the session or in between, we need to talk about like what she can make herself.
Okay.
Since there is a lot, and daggers, I don't think are that difficult to make. So I think she'd be able to make some
Yeah,
or
you definitely
whatever.
would make a
Like
dagger.
I think you could probably give her requests, and like since you guys are on the ship, she'll just make something if it's simple enough. So you don't have to buy it. And we got all this extra metal anyway.
That's true.
If you want to buy a dagger, it's 2 gold.
Yep. All right, I'm buying a dagger.
Would he be able to make me a rapier?
Well, no trust at all.
Maybe.
I'll talk
I'm
to
gonna
him.
make
I
spend all the
suppose
cool daggers.
me and him will talk,
his
but basically
cool
he's just going to
murder.
rely on his proficiency, and a rapier is probably more difficult to make than most things.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Hold on, I have to refresh my page. Rude.
So if no one else has anything else,
She'll walk. Iridan's gonna walk out and check on her boots and her belt. Are they still wet? Or are they just
Roll for
damp?
what?
Roll for wetness.
they're probably a little damp, but not like.
Sven's gonna sharpen out his longsword since he was fighting rocks with his sword, so he's gonna make sure it's not chipped.
That's the most important question. What are we gonna do with those gems we got?
I'm holding on to the gem. See you later, losers. No, okay.
Is that a character? Imagine you jump off the ship.
See you later, losers.
I mean, 90 gold.
Hello.
Sully's gonna head over to the blacksmith, to the smith shop, just to work on, actually to examine her hammer to make sure she didn't damage it in any way. And if there are any damages, I'm pretty sure they're not significant, but she'd probably want to like polish it up again, and make sure it's like pristine condition for whoever is the actual owner of the hammer.
Okay.
But all you guys see is her kind of just like take her hammer and just bring it into the forge. That she's just in the forge with her hammer right now. That's all you guys know, unless you guys walk in there.
Iridan's will just collect her things and bring it back to the room just to deposit it. And I guess she'll hear someone working in the armory, and then she'll just walk by and peer into it to see just Sally.
Yeah.
No one else.
Yep.
And she'll just.
She looks just lost in thought, just working on like just playing around with the new metals to see what kind of metal it is, and she could probably figure that out depending on like its heat temperature or whatever. And then she just has the hammer there, and every once in a while she kind of goes over to it and just makes sure it's fine, and then goes back to work. That's what she does. But she doesn't notice you there because she spaces out really hard when she's smithing.
Yeah, so Iridan's will just watch her for a bit and just take note of the fact of like what she's working on and like what she does, and then just walk away to let her be, because she's in a space.
Okay.
Sven's gonna go to Satanta's room to talk to him about the books he got, because I think he was the only one in the room when he got the 3 books.
Mm.
So he walks into the room and sees. I assume you're reading.
On top of books.
On top of the pile.
On top of fire.
Is how's the reading?
It is good.
Did you find anything up with those 3 books that you found in the captain's quarters?
Yeah, I can say it again.
Did you find anything else? Anything about those books you found in the captain's quarters?
Satanta is reading them now.
Do you mind if I read one? This will go on.
Damn hours in there.
And Sven's waiting.
I've done everything I have. Let's see. What are the other 2 books?
One is the captain's log. One is the book, the ship manifest, and one is a shitty romance novel written by some no-name author.
I think I know what he's getting.
Yeah, he's giving you the manifest.
Romance novel?
I
Yeah.
would prefer that.
You don't
Yeah.
know that. You don't know that though.
No, I don't.
What happens when you don't go
He
talk
does
to
expect you to say it normally. There is that.
Oh, I'm going. I was planning to sit down next,
Yeah, I
next
think-
to the pile, not on the pile, and start reading the manifest.
Okay.
Because I actually was really interested in why a ship had, like the people on the ship had the reversal for the potion for the petrification if they're attacked at random.
I
You
think
know?
that was our ship who had that.
Oh, we had
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I
the
thought.
carpenters helped us.
Right. I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought the
She was
potion.
petrified at the
But-
time, so I didn't.
but
I,
I think-
just assumed that.
Yeah, that got me real confused. at
I think a
first.
question you could probably ask is like, why was the boat even parked there to begin with?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm gonna be looking through see like all the medals and whatnot. Anything we missed because we left the boat yet. Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So never
From
Yeah, we
last
sailed
session,
already.
just
I
as
don't
a
remember.
as a refresher from last session, Aradanza pointed out after diving into the fucking ocean to look that the rock went down
Down.
miles.
Deep,
It
yeah.
went just straight down.
This one was probably not random. So he's gonna look at the manifest and see if there's anything that looks weird.
I mean, the manifest is mainly just what was on the ship,
Gotcha.
and there was just metals, a lot of metals, and other things that you can mine, so salt,
So I can assume maybe
minerals.
it's just a mining trading vessel.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what you gather.
Gotcha.
And Satanta, you'd be able to confirm that from the captain's log. The captain's log's pretty bland. He just kind of writes what happens each day for the ship.
Had a sandwich.
Occasionally, you can see glimpses of him being like a hopeless romantic, but only
I
occasionally.
figured that from the other book.
I was gonna say, can I roll insight to see if I recognize the author?
Sure.
Love it. I'm here for that.
Roll a history check.
I'm here for this shit.
20. What is it?
It's 14 plus a number that I have to look up really fast.
You want to use
Okay.
mine?
Are you trying to find the captain's name or the book, the romance book?
Romance book.
And give
I
me-
can't imagine I would know the captain.
We're the captain's log.
So it's 14.
You don't have history?
No.
Oh, interesting.
A 14.
Yeah.
You do not recognize the author's name,
Hmm.
which is Banut Kuth,
Nice.
and you've
Write
never
it
heard of
down,
the man
even
before.
though that's not going to be important
BK.
ever.
You become like his
What's the
biggest
racial
fan.
origin of that name?
BK.
What is the racial origin of that name?
It's a Dwarven name.
BK has a-
KJ
Can use it as
Bowling.
a-
Banut Kuth wrote the trashy romance novel.
Pass it on.
It's in the eye of the beholder. It depends on who's reading it.
And if you've read the back of the book, you realize both characters in the trashy romance novel are dwarves, like the two main characters.
Is it written in Dwarven or Common?
It's written in common.
Trying to get that
Guys
Make it
have a massive
accessible.
deal.
widespread audience.
Gotta make it accessible. Yeah.
So
Who's reading?
as everyone kind of settles down for the night, the ship continues, and I'm just gonna skip to the island if no one has anything big they want to do while at sea. It's like a day.
Long rest.
Does Sally ever return back to the room?
I mean, probably,
She
right?
probably. I can most likely tell you, she returns back like late at night, and she's very considerate as to like how loud she is coming into the room. And she kind of just like very Scooby Doo tiptoes her way in, and make sure the hammer is tied up to the wall, and just kind of just gets in her bed and tries to go to sleep.
2 questions.
Yeah.
One, Katie, did Sula come into the room while he was reading, or is it after? Or were you in the room when I asked about the books?
Oh yeah.
I guess I wasn't in the room when you asked, but I probably came into the room.
Afterwards.
Was there any
Not that
acknowledgement, or-
late, so.
Yeah. Alright, and then my second question was, are you in the room when I get back to the room? Are you in the crow's
Me?
nest? Yeah.
That's a good question.
Do you just? Is that like your room? up there?
You-
No, I'm not.
Would you roll 1?
Yeah.
This is great.
Oh, I rolled
Too
a
bad
1.
You don't get
Does
any
that count as
feedback.
XP?
Oh, you do. Oh, okay. Well, damn.
Well, shit.
Cool, so I got a room to myself.
I'd like Eric real quick too, because this is our first like group going to sleep and waking up the next day. It says about like, hold on, I have to read it because I have a question about it.
Does someone have an extra pencil? Because I left mine
Yeah.
upstairs.
I have a pen.
I have a pen.
Just throw it.
Whatever.
I'm not gonna throw it.
Don't throw it.
Ready?
You can throw it over here.
Please don't throw.
Oh my
That was
god.
I was trying to throw it like so it wouldn't hit him in the face, and it didn't work.
You definitely did hit
Well,
him in
didn't hit him
the
in
face.
the face.
So I succeeded.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fail forward.
Because apparently it's a racial trait, but I can just go into a trance if you want to read that.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so then how does that work with her?
Also, can I click long rest on my page?
I mean, you just kind of meditate, right?
For like 4 hours and it's the equivalent
Yeah.
of 8-hour rest.
Yeah.
Okay, so she would just
So-
be gone in the morning.
You like
She'd be up.
oh okay, mentally gone or like physically gone? Because you said meditative. You were mentally gone. I'm pretty sure she's not
Yes.
gonna bother you.
She's like crosses her legs, sits down, and just out of existence.
Yes. No. No. She'll sleep, like in the blanket and everything. But
Okay.
then 4 hours later, like she's just up.
Oh damn. Okay, cool.
That's the equivalent of her long rest.
Oh damn, that's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah. So by the time that everyone wakes up in the morning, she's already on deck, just watching the sunrise, waiting.
Damn.
All right.
That's about it.
Sorry. Long rest.
Long rest.
Yeah. So long rest. So everyone regains all spells and such. There's a button on D&D Beyond that you just click and it does everything for you.
There's a confirm button and it counts down. Oh my god. Okay.
Yep, and then that's
It's
it.
like I have to turn like a key, like 4 keys to make sure. Okay, thank you.
Click, click. Yeah, everything's fine.
So we continue. You're scheduled to arrive at the island of Notlim, which is where your first mission is. That night. So if there's nothing anyone wants to do during the day, we're just gonna skip to the island.
During the day, she'll finally put her shoes back on. Whoever is watching, they'll notice that like her feet are slightly webbed. But other than that, she just puts them back on and she
Someone
like
make a short
looks at
trip.
her feet and is like,
There is a slight change in Sven that you'll notice because as he walks out of his room, he now is a female.
Slight
Yes.
change.
His
Slight
slight
change.
His female has long hair. I
Oh,
guess
this is
it's
gonna
a
be
darker
great.
color as he walks out.
but the same
But
suit, but the same
Same, literally everything, just now
female.
female with long dark hair.
Does Sven
What?
use
And I
they
would
them
assume
pronouns?
half elf at this point.
So they them pronouns? Is that what we're using or? do
Right,
we
let's
use
just
they,
say
It's
them?
it's whatever he agrees on.
Okay, cool.
You know.
It's gonna be good. I have
I
a
guess
thing.
she sees this person because Iridance is on deck, so I guess she would see this happening as this person walks out on deck and just. When did you get here?
I've been here, also. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I totally forgot to tell you guys. I am a changeling. Just
Oh,
Who?
heads up, and then I walk away.
Who? Who?
As I walk past him, I just like sup. Don't even care.
Sully
Wait.
Lee.
And I help the dock workers prepare for the day to
Yeah.
the launch.
Who was? I turned to fucking Kido and I'm just like, who?
Would he smell the same?
Yes.
Then that's
So I can change. I can basically change anything about that. I'll keep the same smell.
that's
It's fine.
why? His name that's Ken.
Fucking
Do you even have something down for me? Oh,
yeah,
you do.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can.
Okay.
But for some reason, I thought your name wasn't Sven, so
What
I
happened
was
to
like,
the
so
dog?
That's
Ken.
Ken.
Where'd Griff go?
Is she new?
No.
I heard that too.
Who?
The dog. Oh,
Yeah, I heard it too. I don't know.
The
what it was.
dog.
No, not the dog.
No, yeah.
Sven, you notice that surprisingly, none of the other crew members that aren't one of the PCs are very surprised.
Are or are not.
Are not. They just kind of ignore it.
That's not very surprising to Sven.
Okay.
She's not
I'm
used
just
to.
letting you know.
He's not used to, or she at this point is not used to gaining attention, so it's not a problem.
Who the fuck?
So, I'm just wondering. So Sally she wakes up and I guess there's like a mess hall and they eat breakfast, whatever. She goes back and she just sits next to like Sven, not even realizing. He goes, so, excuse me, miss.
What's up, Sally?
Okay.
It's because of your glass.
Okay, just
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, I thought Eric was doing
Throw
it.
me off.
I was like, what's going on?
okay.
Sorry.
She goes like, okay, just give me a second.
I roll
I
perception.
probably just forgot.
Oh no. Again, as I learned from Irgonsa today, I forgot to mention I am a changeling. I am Sven.
Oh,
Do I hear this?
Are you in the mess hall?
Because you're like, are you like watching her?
Yeah, I'm just like, who?
at a
the
distance.
fuck- The fuck is this?
And you see Sally walk up to her, and you're like, oh no, she's about to die.
Yeah, no, it's like everyone else is like, is this Joe?
Stranger danger. Stranger danger.
She's gonna lose.
I'm
her.
excited to see your reaction more than anyone,
Oh.
because you're already a shy boy.
Yeah.
Well, see, he doesn't come on the deck.
He doesn't. First off, he doesn't
That's
come on the
fair.
deck.
That's
Two,
fair.
I imagine he goes to sleep later and wakes up later as well.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
he's I assume he's not
He's
up
an
yet
older
when you
night
guys are all
owl?
freaking out.
That's
Like
fair.
Like a night owl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Like a creature that cannot see in daylight.
Yeah, I was gonna say he likes the dark.
Sally's like, okay, so that's, oh, so you could just change whenever you want?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's cool.
You want to see?
No, you know what? I'd rather be surprised then,
Fair enough.
okay?
Okay.
As long as you just let me know, because sometimes I just space
I will
out.
probably forget.
You know, that's even better. Okay. Oh, also, if you need any blacksmith stuff done, I can get that done for you, okay?
I appreciate that.
Okay, cool. So, you know what? Yeah, you know, that's, and she kind of just like, whoa, that's a new thing, and just walks away. Like, huh, I learned a new thing today. The letter of the day is C for changeling.
Excuse me.
Would Aerodon's be able to put two and two together? The only person wearing a power suit on this ship is Sven.
You know, roll an intelligence check. Just
Yeah.
straight
I hope
intelligence.
he rolls so well. Is this a running joke?
I've never hoped for a one so much in my life.
Please. I'll use my really shitty one. A intelligence? Or intelligence?
Intelligence is all.
Just your intelligence modifier.
Question.
Oh, okay. I understand now.
With her background, would she even know what a changeling is?
Ha! 8.
You know, you can recognize it's Sven.
Aw.
You're not an idiot.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I look nothing like I did before.
But you're wearing the same stupid outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you changed the outfit, it would have been better.
That's the only one she has right now.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, shit.
What is Sula's reaction?
So, I guess she walks over to the group. Hi, good morning. Oh, hi, hello. Are you?
Oh, you Sula.
Know my name?
It's happened already like multiple times today. Changeling.
Do I know what that is?
Roll for it.
Roll Arcana.
Ooh.
I rolled a 2.
Oh,
Nice.
no, you don't know?
Nice.
I mean, it's probably +4 or something, but that's like a 6.
Yeah, you don't really know what a
You
changeling
don't,
is.
never heard of them before. Ever.
Okay, so wait, I said you know my name, and you said changeling.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, changeling.
Oh. Oh no. I am a changeling. I'm able to change my appearance at will, and I showed her by changing myself into a dwarf,
Oh, fuck.
male at this point.
Is that a spell?
No, that's just something I can do.
You can't.
Can a
you can't do
changeling turn
that?
into a minotaur? Because I'm able to change. So I'm able to change my appearance, including your height, weight, facial features, the sound of your voice, coloration, hair length, sex, and any other distinguishing characteristics.
Back to something.
That is not where you want to be, Pupper. Thank you.
No!
Nikki, you're in the wrong spot.
I hear the wailings of a banshee.
I hear a sea dog.
It's like the sea bear.
I think a minotaur might be just out of your grasp.
Yeah.
For now.
That's
Maybe-
it's one of the
maybe
major
once
races.
And yeah, maybe once you know how they act better.
Well, the rule of a changeling is you can't
He's getting you.
change into something you don't know about. I'd have to meet someone before I can turn it. So I can turn into anyone in this group right now, but if I hadn't met, say, the captain's sister, I couldn't change into her. That's how the rule works. So again, if I had never met a
Yeah,
minister
so you
before, I
can
would
turn.
agree.
You can probably turn into Sula.
Copy. Yeah, it'd be an exact copy of her then. Okay. Yeah, 'cause I don't know if I had many Minotaurs or not. I
Yeah.
might have.
I
haven't
don't
looked
think
yet.
you know any. Like you can't really recall them enough.
It'd
To,
be anyone in passing. That's the thing. I can see someone on the street and I can mimic them. That's one of the racial traits that I have. Can also be very scary, which is a fun thing I'm ready to use in the
No,
future.
I'm thinking.
then I guess yeah, you've probably seen
No,
a
I
Minotaur
know, I'm
before.
fucking-
Okay. I wasn't sure how common they were.
You've probably only
inside.
seen. I think you've probably only seen one though.
Okay.
Power suit.
Copy. Then I'll turn into that Minotaur, and just to prove a point, I'll change into a Minotaur as well.
That was good.
Holy
That's
shit.
so cool.
Yeah, and I have to duck my head because the ceiling is there.
Right. So you can turn into anyone.
Anyone I've seen before? Yes.
What are you when you're not anyone?
Oh, and I changed into that, which is, if I remember correctly.
It's like a ditto. It's a blob.
No, it's a very,
Iridanza like jogs over and just.
it's a very skinny, very very pale face. It's very gaunt. Not very pretty to look at. I'll tell you that. Which is why normally changes don't show that visage to other people because they often get scared of that. Yeah, it's. I literally have a racial trait called unsettling visage, where I'm able to revert back into my normal thing to scare the crap out of someone and give them
It
disadvantage.
looks like that.
Okay, do we
If you
all?
look behind you.
Yeah, but not as essentially.
But, like,
there's
that's,
a
like, the
very,
general-
Yeah, very small nose, all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
fascinating.
Holy
And then I'll change back to
Visual
the half
image
elf
came
I
out of
was.
nowhere.
Holy shit.
Cool.
So you can just I'm sorry. So you can just like change into whatever you see.
How rare are CLs?
Hmm?
Spoiler, by the way. Sorry.
No, I mean I said at
No.
the beginning.
Okay, how rare are CLs?
Very rare.
Okay, then I'll turn it to you.
That's insane.
I know. That's why I changed that to the half elf.
It was great.
So yeah, that was our morning. Besides Satanta.
Oh shit, where's Satanza? I look down.
He's probably under like a table or something, or he's sleeping, or both.
I look like
You look-
under like the staircase like
Yes.
from the first time we met. I just like look. No.
You look
Okay.
down there and you just hear.
He might still be back in his room then, I guess. Oh shit. No, that's really cool. That's really useful.
It is. Especially all infiltrating cults and taking them down from the inside.
That's oddly specific.
I walk by like, yeah, we heard that. We heard that.
Do you go on and on about this cult? Does
Oh, no.
he do that thing, Cutie? Does he just go on and on about this cult?
I don't know. I've met him for like
Oh,
3
there's
days.
been multiple cults.
Oh, okay.
That's all he's been doing, so I'm gonna say yes.
Do you want to tell me?
I won't say it if you don't want me to.
I don't want to hear
But
it.
if you never mind then. But if you are interested in Den of the Night Serpent,
No.
let me know. I will gladly talk about her.
The Great Wolf in the Sky.
That's fair.
I'm respectful of that, but great. Wow. Someone should go check on Satanta.
I'm sure he's sleeping.
Wait, should he have to roll for stealth for that one?
No.
Damn.
He kind of just appears there and says like, "What the?" And she just falls off.
Dagger to the throat.
Straight bot armor.
Like literally, like she just starts bumping into people. To like, oh my god.
Sally falls off her chair.
No reaction.
Do you do that? Normal? Do you just come behind people and just scare them?
I don't think he meant to.
No, I understand that. I mean, because you kind of have to look down for this guy. But like honestly,
I mean, I just looked.
You can look down for her
Why
as
are
well.
you scared?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Why are you scared?
because I've never seen him before.
Yeah, you have.
See,
Saw him like
Not
10 minutes
bad.
ago.
You know, some people usually just walk up and not just stalk. So I'm just not.
He's broken. What do you expect?
Broken.
I don't think he's broken.
I think he's broken.
How is he broken?
Look at him. Just look at him. He's broken.
God, it's really racist in this world.
We're
Jesus.
horrible human people. I mean
Yeah,
creatures.
horrible sentience.
Horrible sentience.
I think I'm gonna add that to my
Beings.
personality traits.
Crust
Racist.
You're a ranger, right?
Yeah.
You literally have weaponized racism as a power.
Oh my
Ow,
god.
something else.
That's a
Not
fact.
even a joke.
Aerodons are just like, I think that next time you should maybe give us a little forewarning, because that would scare the shit out of me. Hi, baby.
That's
Yeah,
your character,
yeah,
by the
yeah.
way.
We should
Just
start.
like this,
I would like
baby.
I would like to
Very
imagine.
confused.
I would like to imagine every now and then a seal just hops on deck and she uses it.
Use it like our sea dog.
Just give us a little warning. Just for mannerisms, you know?
What do you want him to do? Announce when he walks into
She like click when he's around.
No,
like a
just
pet.
It's not a pet.
No, I don't know. Just say hello. I don't know. Something simple.
We can put a bell around his neck.
That's disturbing.
No.
Let's not. Let's
It's not an animal.
not. I think I have a hair in my contact. Thanks.
You're also just going through a myriad of emotions.
I guess like right now it'd be like every time the way I'm thinking about it would be like whenever Satanta enters the room, he goes Satanta and just announces in a row.
Do kobolds have tails?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
That's
He's
insane.
Schrodinger's kobold. He's both in the room and not in the room.
Oh, this is great.
So you make a thorough investigation.
I think I'm just gonna like sleight of hand a bell on your tail or something.
I'm gonna be rolling
I didn't really
investigations
notice
in every
that.
room from now on.
We'll see.
Wow. I had a booger in my eye.
All right.
Cool.
So,
So,
after everyone found out about Sven's personality,
Oh, that was almost bad.
That's fine.
He's just trying his best. His poodle tail.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's like, you guys made me look like this.
You did this.
so after you found out about that, the day goes by without incident. Everyone's just chilling, doing their own thing, maybe hanging out, who knows. And you see an island as you start to get closer. Well, as the day goes on.
Land ho!
Quiet road.
So Land Ho is the
I know.
best.
I was like, would you call me?
Very limited knowledge of language.
This is great.
I'm confused. Is this a land of prostitutes?
Oh, are we going? Oh, okay.
So at this time,
Oh,
you
yeah.
all get called to the captain's quarter again. Is
Yeah.
I
everyone-
guess we go,
everyone-
yeah. We go.
I walk next to Kid. I'm just like, what is that a term that people say? Land ho? Is that what it is, or are we actually going to a place? What is happening?
I heard some people say it before on a boat when
oh,
they found the
it's
place.
just a saying. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
It's just-
guess.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
walk
know
up
about these things.
behind them and go, you know, for people who are older in age, you're very untraveled.
And you can call me young.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
what
'cause
do
you
mean?
are. I don't mean to misdirect, but I just don't travel.
I noticed.
Yes.
End of conversation. Into the room.
Yeah.
Yep, so in the room, the captain's standing there. Laura's over in her rocking chair. And you now see on the desk is a medium-sized chest. Fairly plain chest. And it's just there with a lock on it. And as you all get there, the captain says, all right, your first assignment's pretty straightforward. It's going to be here on Notlam. I need you to take this chest,
Notland. I'm sorry. What was the name?
Notlam,
Not land.
Not land.
not N-O-T-L-A-M.
Oh, not land.
That's not what I'm writing.
No land.
Yep.
So you're going to take this chest, and you're going to deliver it to Qux's Mage Tower, where Qux should be waiting for you.
Quux.
Yeah, Q-U-X, Qux. chest. Don't unlock the chest, and only give the chest to Klux. Is that clear?
Yes.
You got it.
What is inside the chest?
Sensitive material.
Wait, is this Donovan or Laura?
Don.
Is it time sensitive?
Laura's just over in the corner.
Oh yeah.
Is it time sensitive or is it like information sensitive? Or-
Information sensitive.
Oh, okay, then
We
okay.
got like a month to do this.
We just run
Well-
directly to.
It shouldn't take you more than a day to do,
Oh, okay.
because the island's very small.
Can we see the tower from our boat?
Can I see the
Um,
tower from the boat?
As you get closer to the island, you can see like there's like a hill, and then right behind the hill you can see like the very top of it.
Okay, that's fair.
What makes this job something a captain shouldn't do?
Well, we were hired for contracts, so this is just one of the things we have to
To
do.
do
Yeah,
things
this
that
one-
he cannot do.
But yeah, it's as
I have this one isn't specifically one of the things I was talking about before. I do have other business I need to attend to on the island though, and I figure it's a good first test for you guys working together and whatnot.
Sounds good.
Shouldn't be too hard. Just bring the chest to Klux at his tower.
Great.
How many-
Insight.
how
How
many
big
people are on
is the
this island?
chest? Sorry.
I'm gonna roll inside as well.
How big is the chest?
Medium size, is that?
I'm trying to think of a good.
Is
If
it-
you were to take that air compressor, oh, that's not good.
The box?
If you were to take the air compressor and just turn it on its side.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And is it heavy?
It's slightly lighter than you would think it would be. So it's like it's not light, but it's
Just
maybe like
Maybe-
60,
okay.
70 pounds.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. That's not horrible.
Tried to be nice and give the dog somewhere to lay down.
This is what you get.
Yes, it's just a box, and he says you can either try to deliver it tonight. Again, the Mage Tower isn't very far away, or you could just deliver it tomorrow morning.
We should just go now then.
Can I roll Arcana actually on the chest since he's going to a mage tower to see if I sense
Yeah,
anything?
You can roll Arcana.
Arcana?
That is a
Hey.
21.
21?
21.
It's a chest.
I hate you. Expecting something magic.
Regardless, it's still a chest.
It's actually a mimic.
Yeah.
Do we need like one person to carry this, or like this is like a two-person?
Depends on
carry?
who the person is.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good point.
Iridas will take the front half of it and then just like lift it up halfway and just like look to see who else is gonna
We all walk out, she drags it.
Yeah, I think that thing is like the size and weight of Satanta, so.
Sven, I'll pick up the other side.
Okay.
Do we have a cart we can put that in?
I have a cart.
I think it'd be better if we just carry it.
You want to use my cart?
Because I'm going to take the cart back to the ship.
It's a like, okay.
I mean,
Yeah, but if there's a hill, we can ride down the cart. Down the hill.
This is a land. This is just land. Like,
No,
Is
it's
it just
not.
is it just like flat land,
Isn't-
or is it like kind
I
of
did mention that there was a hill that you saw the Mage Tower over.
Bam.
I'm not dragging that wheelbarrow up a hill.
okay.
I'm just gonna
You
put
wouldn't
my hammer
have
in
to.
it.
Someone else
Like
could
you
do it.
established
That's
earlier.
fair. I just
All right, let's just carry this thing.
Let's go.
There's no hunting.
It could be if you went off on your own.
We'll see what happens.
Oh my god. Iridas just starts pulling.
Captain, how many people are on this? What's the population of this island in general? Is it just the person in the tower?
No, there's a small town that we're gonna dock at. It's like
Okay.
I don't know.
How many days are we going to dock for? Do you know?
At most, assuming you guys can get this done in relatively short period of time, 1 or 2 days.
I don't think
Alright,
so.
Sounds
Don't
good.
plan on being here very long.
This
Okay,
is a,
that's enough time.
This is the graveyard quest. We get this, and then we never complete it, and we just go do everything else.
Why'd your voice change?
Okay, Iridas starts
He's
walking
possessed.
out, pulling, trying to get Sven to walk with her.
Oh, he walks. She walks.
So you're gonna go tonight.
What time is it?
Yeah.
4, 5.
That's not horrible. We could
How
just
long
get
of
it.
a walk
During
is
the
it?
We
summer?
could just get it done and then we can maybe go bar hopping. Wait, can you drink? Are you legal?
I'm
Oh
40.
my god.
I'm 40 years old.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
I'm
That's what
drinking
fantasy
alcohol
is.
before.
They're like
yeah,
in
is
a
there a drinking age?
drinking
I don't
age.
think there is. Dwarves start drinking at like what, 3?
It's like baby formula. Scotch.
Scotch from the tit.
Oh
So white Russian.
no. Sully goes puts on her armor, her normal armor that everybody like her chainmail armor, or whatever, and actually goes and gets her hammer too. She's actually just gonna carry it this time. She's not taking any chances this time.
Okay.
Just because last time.
Yeah. I'm already decked out.
Okay.
You
No,
guys,
that's
you guys sure
reassuring.
you don't want to take the cart? Because I'm gonna carry my hammer.
They don't
I
want to
kind
carry
of
it.
want to take the cart, but
You want? I mean, it's
Apparently
up to
she
you.
doesn't
Well,
want
we
to.
can go drinking afterwards. We can spend the night.
Yeah, what if it
And
gets
we'll
drunk?
carry
We
someone
can
home in
carry
a
it,
cart.
exactly.
We're not gonna get that wasted.
Yeah, not you. Can
So
I roll
the
for
ship
wisdom?
pulls into the dock. You see Notlam's a very small, almost completely wooden town. No buildings are over 1 story, so they're all just 1 floor. Pretty small, clumped together with a few on the outskirts that look like small farms.
She pulls up her hood as they carry the chest.
Oh, do I know what like part of the alliance we're in, or is this like a nobody's
This is
area?
No man.
you know by how far for how many days you sail that like you're not in anyone's territory.
Okay.
This is neutral land.
You're just in a.
But you're
generic island.
you're somewhere in between Ocean's Throne, the Alliance, and the Pact.
Okay.
Okay.
Where's the alliance?
It's not there. Again, we're here somewhere.
Yeah, we're between the
Okay.
Carthrim Pact and Ocean's Throne.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sally goes and gets the cart, the
Okay.
small cart that she's put her hammer on. She's still gonna carry her hammer, but just to help out a little bit. So she's carrying the hammer and she kind of just pushes the her cart, which has carried her hammer the whole time. So she's kind of just like it should be able to handle it, and then she just like puts it on there, but like, and this is like before you guys get off the ship, so it's like you guys take it or leave it. I'm just gonna leave it right there, regardless. It can handle some weight. So she kind of just starts walking, and it's like your decision to put it on the cart or not. So she's not gonna force you to do anything.
They have the chest.
I'll look to you.
What? I'm sorry. I'm just gonna keep carrying it.
I guess we're walking.
I
Okay.
can carry the chest. I'm pretty strong.
Oh, that's right.
She looks up.
You
5
forgot?
foot. 5 foot, everyone.
3 feet.
2, 3.
Sword squad.
Not realize Fen was so tall in this group.
You chose the
Oh,
race.
yeah.
I mean,
How old?
we-
How old is? Not how old, but how tall? I'm
I
sorry.
mean, he changes the height, but
Oh, okay,
he
so your height
he
can
stays
change.
average depending on the race.
Oh.
So as a half elf, he's again 5'9",
Yeah,
5'8".
let's say I'm 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
between that like 5'5" to 6 foot
Yeah,
range.
essentially.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you guys where are going? We left the cart. The cart's just like
Is he
Yeah.
okay? Can he get
Once he rolls down the
upstairs?
cart.
Yeah, so I think as we're getting off the boat, we're gonna take a very short break, probably like 5 minutes,
Okay.
Just to get the
almost
dog
purely to
upstairs.
make sure he's doesn't want to go outside or something.
Oh yeah, he has to go.
He looks like
pee.
he wants to go out.
Yeah. he's
So we
waiting
will
for
be
Paul getting
right
up.
back.
Okay,
see you guys in a minute. Yeah.
And we are back with the way you roll.
With a dog
And
in the
Griffin.
house.
Dog ASMR.
You guys have just left the ship to go deliver a chest of unknown goods to a mage tower.
Not a fan anymore.
Yeah, so you're walking through Notlam. It seems somewhat unpopulated.
Goodbye, sweet boy. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Sorry.
We definitely need a pen
I'll
at
be
this
back.
point.
But it's pretty late, so you see a few people walking around, but
late for the dog
they kind of give you not like hostile glances, but like more like they're kind of like, what are these people doing here?
We're a very normal party with very
Are we
normal
making our
party
way
members.
like down the street, just straight to the?
Downtown.
All right, I'm gonna like roll stealth and just like kind of be behind the group a bit, just to see if anybody's tailing us at all.
Roll stealth.
Ooh, 9.
As far as you know, you're stealth.
All right.
Um,
As I eat a potato chip, I'm.
Computer, you're so loud.
You can't see me. I
I
can't.
turn-
I can't see you.
Stop, and like I stop like short, and I guess Sven just like bumps in like it's like the whole like train thing. I just look. I just turn. I just look at Peter. I'm just like,
What?
we can see you.
She's right, we can.
I keep walking.
okay, so you continue. You know that the tower's about 1 to 2 hours from where you are. So just a nice little stroll. The island's wooded.
Like wooded? What do you mean? Like jungle kind of wooded?
No.
But,
There was like
like
temperate.
next like over there, like just
Okay.
kind of a forest.
There was like
Oh, okay.
temperate forest.
Yeah, a temperate forest.
Water's good for you.
Okay.
Does this look
Do I
like it
spot
wants to
any
be
taverns
good?
on the walk
Shit.
that I can just like keep it in my head? Or on the way back?
Roll perception.
What? Rick?
Damn, I should have saved the can for when you start drinking. I'll get another can.
Can I get back
Pass
to
me
my
diet soda.
Can I get back to my abilities, please? Hello?
Hello?
Almost your Sprite.
It's
Pass me a Sprite, dude.
There's exactly one spread.
Give him the Sprite, I'll take the jar.
Never mind.
Fights to the death.
perception you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you say?
Diet, please.
Oh.
yours.
Put this on the floor for now. I don't know why I did that. I was leaving it on the floor, but it made no sense to.
It's 16 plus some number. 20. Unnatural.
Yeah, you hear. What am I talking about? You see a tavern as you get off the ship. It was maybe probably the nicest building in town, but that doesn't mean it's nice. It's just the nicest.
It's right near the docks, so it's
yeah.
like just right there. Nice.
And it's called the Sailor's Den.
Cool.
Not tavern.
Hi.
The constant state of figuring out where the dog
It's like
is.
having
No,
a,
the dog
it's
is
like
doing-
having a kid and like you hear something like, what are you doing up there?
The dog is definitely doing something.
Yeah. Alright.
Um,
I mean, I'm not stopping at the tavern. I'm just going straight through.
We all are.
You know, we all are.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she's just making note that she
Oh, okay.
We're on the way
sorry.
back.
so yeah, so you saw the tavern again, nicest building in town, but doesn't mean it's a nice building. Yeah.
Comparison.
Can I just, what other people like look like who are looking at us, or just,
Primarily humans. They look like kind of dirty, mostly
poor dirty, or just
Work-
sailor
work
dirty?
dirty.
like laborer dirty.
Mm.
None of them look very like they look like middle-aged peasants. So none of them look very well kept or just kind of they're going about their day doing what they gotta do.
Alright. I shall keep an eye to make sure no one blatantly suspicious is in the crowd.
Okay.
Well, I can think of one person.
Us.
We are being followed by a mysterious human in a wolf costume.
That is true.
Yeah. Oh, there's a giant person, like 3 little people, and 2 normal sized people.
I
Inconspicuous.
think Fripp is coming back.
Also, the sea dog has followed us.
I honestly think we just need like a ghost dog who just leaves
Yeah,
and comes back.
I know we
whenever it
do.
Feels like
He's a sea ghost dog, pirate ghost dog.
pirate ghost dog. with the eye
Anyway,
patch.
yeah, I'm gonna keep walking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just keep an eye out just in case.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah, so you make your way through the town, or village, I guess, and you continue on into the woods. There's a path, which presumably leads to the Mage's Tower.
I follow it.
In the woods?
Get to do it.
Yes.
Perception of just like the woods and just what it.
I was gonna say, can I roll perception too?
Well, I was gonna walk ahead a little bit and just,
You can if you want.
and scout.
Okay.
Use the
Holy
blue
shit.
dice.
This box is just killing my whole
Alright, 18.
22 perception.
5.
You definitely don't see anything. Both of you don't notice, like, it just looks like a general kind of temperate forest. You might see a few small animals, so like squirrels.
Do I hear anything like that?
That's not me.
Like the sprite monster coming to attack us?
Directly at me.
No, you don't hear anything weird.
Okay.
Just,
Just
just general small birds and stuff.
As
Birds
we
like
walk
go.
in, because it's getting darker next summer, as we walk in, I just want to keep a lookout.
Okay. Anyone else?
I don't hear much, guys. I just hear, I heard like some weird and I think I heard like a sea
That was a
doggo.
bird. Keep
I heard a
walking.
sea doggo walking around.
It was
that
it was
a bird.
Swiper.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So John, was that you?
No, it would have been like.
What? Wait, he makes the same noises whenever he says his name. Say it again.
Do you want me to say it as him or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Satan.
See, yeah, what I'm telling you.
He's part snake.
Alright.
We stand beneath the open skies. Oh, we gamble our lives. Why do we do such things?
Are you a poet?
You know, he would be a great storyteller.
He's not a rapper.
What is a rapper?
It's like those things you wrap candies in.
Yes.
Oh, paper, right? Okay. Yeah, he would be good writing on paper and saying these things. I could listen to his story. Are you okay?
He sounds like one of those things that they use to call ships at night.
The great beast of the sky.
Depressed whale.
It watches.
What?
Always.
Satanta, do you mean the moon?
What's happening?
Oh
It's
no.
part of the great beast.
Ooh, tell me more about this great beast.
It lurks in the vastness.
You're not just starts laughing.
The night
because
shift-
it's just so
yes, she
silly
does.
and stupid.
It's not very specific.
You see it, won't you?
I look up.
Yeah.
It's like afternoon, right?
Sally
Yeah,
was-
what time is it? Is the sun up or is
No,
the
it's
moon up?
night.
Because it was like 5
You
ish.
said
It was like
it's not
5-ish, so it's
7-ish
starting
right
to
now?
like sunsets like happens at like 7-ish, so it's still day.
Yeah.
It's just it's starting to turn color.
I'm starting to. I see maybe 1 star out right now.
Mm.
And that is the great beast. It steals our sight, it steals our souls.
I don't think we have anything to worry about.
I don't
Sure,
know.
you're not talking about Dendar the Night Serpent.
That is what Balzavar says, but he is wise, but he is no dragon.
Do you have any other stories you could tell
Okay,
us?
buddy.
Satan, do you have
Yeah.
any other stories you could tell us?
Do you have anything that's not terrifying?
I don't get it was terrifying.
It's not
I think it was
terrifying,
good
it's the
stuff.
Night Serpent.
All right.
He's thinking, I guess.
I'm gonna
So
walk.
let's
I'm gonna walk
think
ahead,
about
guys.
We're walking while we're doing this.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're-
yes,
Thank you,
yes.
Lord.
This is our banter.
Like I
This
know
is
we're
our-
walking.
this is
I know
our
we're
party
walking,
banter.
but like this is
friendly, fun party man.
this is like so weird. I'm just like gonna walk a little bit forward, like disassociate myself with them.
You can see its victims in the night
I can hear
sky.
you.
What victims?
They match its glow in the falling light.
Oh,
Stars?
stars. Yes.
That is what they are called for you, yes.
Oh, okay. Then I think we're fine.
Yeah. No, we're gonna be
I,
fine.
I think
thought,
it's
I
gonna-
thought it was just like something
No.
like a big.
Wait,
We're
guys,
down to
I think I hear something.
Oh no! Here it comes.
It
What?
descends.
Come on.
It's a. I really hope that eventually there's a monster that camouflages into the sky and is like, I knew it.
Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative.
I hear it's
It got
breathing.
Tonto.
Okay.
No, but any other stories other than what the eminent darkness has to offer?
Do you have any lighthearted stories?
Why would you encourage the light?
You have any dark
Waiting for that.
nighttime stories that
Good
aren't?
thematic stories. Hero
I
stories.
mean, you read a lot of books, right?
Yeah. What books do you read? What,
I don't
what
think
books
he
do you
reads
write?
the happy books.
Okay, well, what books do you like to read?
He was reading a really trashy romance novel.
What?
Oh,
What?
what?
What book is that?
It was written by Banu. Something.
Have I heard of this?
Everyone can roll. Everyone wants can roll knowledge
I can
history.
tell you right now I don't.
Let's go. Let's see if I roll another natural 20 for knowledge history.
Oh my god.
Eh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
did not.
I got a 9.
21.
You almost got experience.
Well,
She's a big fan.
Um,
This is great.
so being from the Carnther Pact, this is only applies to Sula.
God bless.
You've heard of him before? Like, you've
The
seen,
Whispers in the
because
Night.
like when you were at the Mages Academy, you'd like look for books, and sometimes you'd look for books written from like the Carntharum Pact, just cause. So you've seen his name before, but you probably never read anything by him. You've seen like 1 or 2 books by him.
Okay.
What does the book say it's about? The romance.
it is about the.
It's about two dwarves.
Oh,
They fall in love.
Oh, 2 dwarves have fallen. That's nice. That's
That's
nice.
cute.
You know, let's. Okay.
It goes into detail.
What?
I didn't get that to in the book.
Yeah, okay. I think. Ooh.
You know, maybe I
Disgusting
should.
process.
I make
Is there a lot
I
of
very much
alcohol
just make a
involved?
sour face.
Maybe no. Jordanzo just doesn't know how to put this into like light words.
They
No,
said it was happy in the book.
I mean, yeah. I wouldn't suggest reading it right here, right now, because we're good people and you are very young,
What?
Not that
I'm
young.
40 years old.
and I'm older.
That's well. Congratulations.
You're still very
How
young.
old are you?
You never ask someone that question.
Well,
What am I?
you keep badgering me for my age.
How old are you?
20. 9.
Checks his watch.
9. 29, yes. 29.
Yeah.
Old?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess.
I'd like to read that one.
Fine.
Do you have it on you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How many books does he carry on him at any time?
As many as currently funny.
Even if it means like only
I'm
carrying
gonna start using
No, he has a backpack that's made out of books.
like even if it means like you're walking around literally just like with books.
I don't want to keep track of like the encumbrance of the books.
No,
That's
just
fair.
like
Well, he has book armor, so
you're just
I'll
like plates
I'll
of
get my
books.
One
Yeah.
point. One
It's
point
a-
of armor class.
plate of
It's a
covers.
book. Depending on how the thickness of the book is, like encyclopedias count for. Just like strapped
Some
on.
thick armor.
It is not a worthy addition. You may take it.
I'm a little busy right now carrying this, but afterwards.
Didn't you give the book to Hades? Isn't
No,
she
he
fine?
gave him the.
I offered to take the box, but I don't know if they.
No, we're still carrying the box.
Oh,
Okay.
Could've gave him
No,
that
I'll take up your offer once we're done.
Yeah.
Continue walking ahead.
So yeah, you guys have been talking on and off for roughly most of the walk as you crest that hill I had mentioned. And as you crest the hill, you look down into like the kind of valley, not valley, but the area that the tower's in. You see this tall tower, very thin, made out of what looks like white stones. and you look around at the trees around, and the trees are not green. The leaves of the tree are like kind of different colored. So there's some blue, there's some pink, there's some red. Just around the tower and like the close vicinity of the tower.
Can I-
As we're walking, because it's me and Sven holding a chest, so then Iridance will just look at Sula. Sula, can you pick a leaf off one of the trees?
Can I roll nature?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
I think.
What are you trying to do?
Discern what kind of leaves they are,
Okay.
or hidden meaning behind the
Magic leaves.
leaves.
Like what happens if you
My
pick a
God,
leaf
what's
off?
8?
Yeah, I think only 8.
Don't look natural.
Here,
Okay.
can I have your dice?
Can I roll Arcana? To...
Samantha doesn't
I
really
took-
know
These
any better.
these are leaves like I've seen before.
Okay, you know what that is.
God. Oh fuck! I picked it
Not
up. It was a
Mrs. Brown
4
no more.
plus a number.
Thank you.
Actually, 6. I don't know anything.
Yeah, I mean they're magic.
So
To some
what happens
extent.
when you pull off one of the leaves?
Yeah, I'll reach up in the closest tree. I'll just
Pluck one.
What
Does
color
it
leaf?
change color or does it just
Doesn't kill her.
I'll
color?
choose
Like
a
leaves?
blue leaf.
Okay. You pull a leaf off. It looks like similar to maybe an oak leaf, right? So it's very like distinct leaf. Just a leaf. It's still blue when you're holding it in your hand.
Otherwise, it looks like a normal leaf, just blue.
As far as you can tell, if you want to roll anything to discern it.
did it change color? Iridance will call back.
No, it's still blue.
Huh.
Did you change colors?
I looked at it myself.
No, she didn't. You didn't. Don't worry. You're fine.
Are my horns?
Yeah, you know,
the same?
yeah, they're the same. Don't worry about it. You're good. You're
Sully
good.
like pokes her.
He's
It's like,
so
nope, she's still not stoned too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, she's turned into a tree as well. So
Oh my goodness.
actually, I don't trust anything anymore. So I
It'd be
mean,
really bad if you were petrified 2 seconds in a row.
Yeah, second potion, we're good.
Well, I can try to identify it. I think we might have to stop for that.
I mean, we could use a break.
You have been walking for X amount of time.
The tower is in like 10 minutes range.
Oh.
just finish it.
Maybe on the way back.
I mean, technically, all we have to do is knock on the door, give the box
And
to
then we
the
can
guy,
have
and then
free
we
runs
just
with-
leave.
Yeah, then we can.
And then we can ask him about the trees because I'm assuming he knows about the trees.
Oh yeah, we can do that too. We can ask him.
Instead of
We can
going
ask the
super
person.
complicated about this, and then next thing you know, we're like ripping stuff off the tree, and then he's like, "I'm gonna curse you forever" or whatever.
I doubt that he's that bad.
I don't know.
It's a solid point.
I also didn't think that giant stone golems turned or stone statues turned people to stone, but that was me 3 days ago.
Your first mistake.
See?
Always
Yes.
expect to turn to stone once
Do you
touching
know
a
anything about
statue.
these trees then?
Is there something wrong with them?
I don't know. They're blue.
So,
Anything that's blue is usually underneath the water.
Now the sky's above
I mean, the
us.
sky.
Well, that's just because we don't know because she wouldn't know because she's not a science person. Nikki, so shut up.
Still blue.
I don't know why it's blue, but that's the other.
They're blueberries.
Oh yeah, blueberries.
Blueberries.
Yeah, they're berries that are blue.
Yeah, I've seen those things before. I mean, that's blue.
They make good pie.
I know there's some butterflies that are blue.
Opals are blue.
They're bluebirds.
Opals. Right, I know those.
Yeah, bluebirds.
I got that reference.
What?
Wait, are you guys stopped talking? Or?
No, I
No,
think
we're just
I'm-
talking
it's like the
about
last
this
10
baby.
minutes. It's the last.
Okay.
We're naming things that are blue.
Well, I
Yeah.
couldn't tell if you were discussing if you were going to stop
No.
to identify the leaf or not.
No.
No, we're just like, what's blue? We're playing Simon Says.
Yeah, so
I was probably one of the eyes. Something blue.
as you get closer to the tower, it's the same trees are a weird color. And then as you get as you approach the tower, you see a very large creature, I guess, just kind of slumped in front of the tower, just laying there. It has like a bunch of scars on its back. It's like this big, powerful thing just slumped there.
I'm pretty sure I don't have
Does anyone want to roll nature or It's
I'm
nature.
I'll roll.
I'm
Hang-
just gonna look at Satenta.
I want to check something first.
I think
I
it's
don't have it. I
nature.
thought I had speech to animals.
Iridan's is just gonna look at Satenta.
That's a.
Where do you say it was?
Oh
Nature?
my god, what's up with me?
I believe.
Wait,
Eleven.
Ellie,
I have
is
to check.
nature-
That's a 5.
Is nature a role in this?
Yeah.
Nature
It's
or
under medicine.
Yeah, it's.
It's part of intelligence.
12.
11
God,
for
I
me.
suck.
I'll take history or nature, whatever. I mean, Arcana or history.
Regardless, it's still.
Or-
Arcana or nature,
Oh,
14.
okay.
whatever's higher.
Then I'll roll. Oh, I'm sorry, Mike.
11.
Then I'll actually roll
Six.
then. That sucks because I'm supposed to hold on.
I gotta stop using
You
this
didn't
thing.
get the
White
XP
die.
after that.
What's wrong with what?
It's just, it's
Hold
not,
on.
it's not
I have to
rolling
look
well
to
today.
have the right traits.
Yeah, but those are seafood, like jellyfish.
Is it a fey, fiend, or undead?
Ooh, actually.
No.
Okay,
Okay,
hang on.
never
I
mind.
think I have advantage to
Fiends or demons, right?
animals.
Fays are like
No, fiends.
fiends. Are demons.
Oh, we know. At least I found a demon.
Wait, did everyone who wanted to roll?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
tried. I got a
six.
5.
Your proficiency bonus is double.
You got a 14.
I got 14.
Is 14 the highest anyone got?
Hang on a second.
No.
So-
He's double checking to make sure he doesn't have advantage on it.
I don't think I had advantage on it. No, I don't. So 11 for me.
14 high.
I don't understand what I mean by proficiency bonus is doubled.
It should double it for you on
on the page.
D&D Beyond.
I'm getting used to that. Alright, that's fine. No, I didn't get a good one.
Oh,
Six.
no, it's in. Okay, yeah, no, I do have advantage.
6.
Well, Satanta, you recognize it.
19.
Hey!
Oh.
Sorry.
He had it.
That's
19.
9.
19.
Satanta and Kiru, you recognize it as this behind you.
I won't watch
A
it.
boule.
No.
Oh.
That's what it looks like, that. I don't know what it is.
It looks like this, but it's like looks a lot almost rusted and scarred and
I don't
beaten
know
up.
what it is.
I was thinking of a
Doesn't look
Bahir.
injured, it just looks old.
Oh, it's an old boy.
I was thinking of a Bahir. That's the thing they call
No,
it.
it's a boule.
Well,
Looks like a
what,
crab.
what do I know
And
about
it's just-
it?
You know, generally they're pretty aggressive in the wild. There's been, you know, of boules that have been tamed, normally by the dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, you know that they have very like strong plating on their body.
Alright. Alright, guys, here's the dealio. This thing's kind of aggressive. Has been tamed before. Not by a lot of things. So, I don't know if we should fight it because they're very,
What if
Is
we-
it sleeping in front of the door?
Like next, like you can still go up to the door, but it's just kind of next to the door, just
Adjacent.
laying there.
Okay.
adjacent?
I mean, if it's
Yeah.
sleeping, can't we just like sneak past it, knock on the door, give him the thing?
Knocking on the door would actually make a sound.
I mean, one of us could lead it away and the others can, you know, sneak by with the chest.
If it was standing outside, then why would it? It doesn't make sense.
Guard animal?
Does seem to be a guard animal, so
So then, what if we just like
If
call
we-
out to the maid?
if it knows, yeah, if the mage knows we're coming with this
Can-
package.
Does
we'd
anybody know
expect
if it
us.
can climb?
It looks like a crab. I don't think I could climb.
So why don't we just climb? Why don't we just climb the tree and then just call it?
What?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm putting out ideas out there.
I'm just confused as to why.
How loud do we say this?
I don't know, pretty loud.
Yeah.
It's just laying there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Iridonce is just gonna start.
It's getting up. Oh.
So I guess we
Can
just,
I,
we
wait,
just call out for the guy. Let's just.
can I roll animal handling and see if I can, like,
Ooh,
you
that's
know, slowly wake it up and, like, not make it freak
Go
out?
for it.
what?
Go for it.
Oh, you
Okay.
better roll well.
I know.
That
I
sounds
think
like
Well, I
we
mean,
start back.
I mean, we're gonna wait. I know. Well, I mean, we're all gonna like wake it up anyway. So,
I take 2 steps back.
18. No, 17.
It ignores you.
Nice. Let's
Even
knock on the
even when I like.
Wait,
Wait, how
shake
close
It,
do you get to it?
I mean, like
Kinda.
right up to it. Yeah. Kind of like nudge it a little bit.
It turns its head at you, like looks at you, and then just puts his head back down.
Like a big turtle.
All right.
Cool. And then I go.
I'm
through
gonna
the
like
door, knock on the
I'm-
door.
I'm gonna like you know like soothly just like hum to it so it stays asleep and I like you know
Pet it?
tell him to like
Pet
I
it?
walk
completely
past
ignore
it.
everything that's happening. I just knock on the
Pet
door.
it?
Okay. You knock on the door,
The
and
monster attack.
The door
from
closed.
inside you hear a voice that says, "Oh, come in, come in,
Coming or come in?
come in."
Alright, copy. I just, no, it's like I'm coming,
Oh,
or it's
okay.
like, you know, come in, so.
Okay.
Oh,
Alright, she
man.
opens the door.
Okay. so I
You
guess
hear, "Oh, how can I help everyone today?"
We have a package for you.
Yep.
If you are Quux,
Are you Quox?
I thought it was.
So you look around and you don't really know who you're talking to. You're in a kind of like a big laboratory. You
Oh,
see a
the
sheep
beast is a wolf.
looking at you,
What?
sheep.
and yeah, you don't see anyone.
Is the sheep talking?
The sheep
a
is
man.
talking.
Is it?
Yes.
Is this? Oh.
Oh, you're looking for Professor Quux?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Well, I
Sheep.
am his research assistant.
I'm sorry. This is just a freely just walking around sheep.
did
Yeah.
it open the door? No, we opened
We
it.
No,
opened
we
it.
pushed open the door, but it's not like it's not doing anything like
Yeah,
that
does
a
it,
sheep wouldn't do except for talking. It's just not like standing on like hind legs, or whatever. It's just walking around.
does it
talking.
have any clothes on or is it just like
No,
sheep?
it's just a sheep.
Sheep.
Okay.
Just making sure, cause you never know.
So
And then the
funny.
sheep pulls out a gun.
What are they gonna
It's
So-
just a sheep.
Can you get Professor Quux then?
Unfortunately, he hasn't been back over the last 2 days. I was
Can we
starting to
leave?
get a bit concerned.
Where did he go?
He said he had some shopping to do, so I assume he went to do that.
in the town?
Does he get lost
Yeah.
easily?
Not normally. He's very good with directions.
Okay.
Very adventurous sort.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh, natural 20.
Ooh.
One experience.
The sheep is telling the truth and seems to be pretty concerned.
I heard it that time.
hammer?
I don't think anyone did.
My God.
Sorry guys, I dropped my hammer.
And seems to be concerned about
The jackhammer.
Qux's whereabouts.
Excuse me, what's your name?
My name is Dr. Floof.
Dr. Floof.
I'm
Okay.
sorry,
For
what?
the mic.
Dr. Floof, can just quick question, just to satiate my curiosity. The trees out there are multicolored. Is it just they're just multicolored, or do they do some like?
They're for the most part just multicolored.
Poltergeist here.
They were part of an experiment by Professor Quux. He was testing the limitations of transmutation and happened to affect the pigmentation in the leaves.
There's an ice cream truck coming.
Sorry, this really threw me off.
It's
Okay.
the
You hear that
spectral-
noise too.
It's the spectral
And he turns
Mr.
around,
Softy.
it seems that it's 6 p.m.
Okay.
That's what the cuckoo clock told me.
Oh.
Alright.
No.
Can we just leave this here?
No.
No.
No, you have to give it directly to.
We told
Oh, do
only
you
the
have
Quox.
a shipment for Professor Quux?
We were
Yes.
told his eyes only.
Yeah.
Understandable. He does see a lot of sensitive materials. I'm sure if he would likes me to see them, he'd show them me himself. Well, I can't help you with his whereabouts. If you'd like to look around and maybe find any clues. I can't really see or turn pages, so
Oh.
I can't see up high places.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
like, you have
yeah.
eyes.
Do you know what he was buying?
He normally, when he did his research, would create 2 lists. So he probably has a second shopping list somewhere, so he could record what it was he was buying.
Understood.
Can I go look at the fridge to see if it's there?
You don't see a fridge.
A fridge?
Do you have an ice box where he would keep this list on?
He's a mage. He doesn't need icebox. He just makes it.
There's
that.
it's probably over by his tools. It was the last thing he did before he left, so it's probably on top of whatever he was doing.
We'll check there. Thank you, Dr. Flip.
You're welcome. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask, as well as I would prefer if you were careful about what you touch, as there's some sensitive research here, so you don't want to set yourselves on fire or get bitten by an extraterrestrial beast.
Understood. Kiru, stay here.
Yeah.
So yeah, Iridanza just puts down the one half of the chest and just starts walking around to examine.
Sully's very careful to not turn with her hammer and knock multiple things over.
I look around.
Yeah, Samantha's just investigating like the equipment.
Yeah, so it looks like this floor is his primary research place. You see a door that looks like it's probably stairs based on what's next to it, which is stairs. You see a bunch of different tools and stuff, as well as a bunch of books everywhere. Just if you want to roll investigation to see if you find anything
Yeah.
pertinent to finding the professor.
Iridanza's gonna go to the second floor and start looking.
17.
The door's locked.
Oh, the door is locked up the stairs?
15.
16.
17.
7.
Just come back downstairs.
Oh.
And you did 16.
Oh no, the beast is over.
He's
So
coming down the
anyone that
stairs.
rolled above a 15,
Yeah.
Well,
You
at
s-
15.
15 and higher,
Copy.
you see there's a desk that looks like where he probably writes most of his stuff, and you see a list just turned over on top of that desk.
I pick it
um,
up.
Some other interesting things you find in your investigation, you see a couple of very small gelatinous cubes. Just there's two like cat-sized gelatinous cubes just going across the floor, and you see you see a couple on desks just kind of going around the desk.
Can,
Are
can,
they
I
like
ro-
cleaning?
can I roll animal handling?
No.
No.
I come down the stairs and I turn to try and find Dr. Floof. Jesus Christ. Dr. Floof. Right?
Yes, that is my name.
Wow. The upstairs door is locked. What's on the next floor?
It's his private quarters, so
Oh.
it would be locked.
Oh, okay. I thought
I
there was
found
like
the
more to
list.
the laboratory. Apologies.
No worries.
Hey, Dr. Floof,
Yes.
what are these little gelatinous cubes? Are they just...
We use them for cleaning, as sometimes our experiments lead to hazardous materials. They're very good at cleaning them up.
I step down one step and I actually squish on one.
What did you
Oh,
do?
I'm so sorry.
You gotta look down more.
Yeah, your foot's
It kind
down.
of squishes down, and then as you take your foot off, it pops back up, keeps going.
Ooh.
But there's little pieces that fall off your shoe and are now just going off on their own.
What?
Oh, well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, and she like rubs her foot on the floor.
So I'm gonna look at the list. What does it say on the list?
Yeah, I'm gonna read the list too.
On the list, you see paper, ink, leather, milk, eggs, dill, thyme, wheat, jerky, and hellhound saliva.
You said one?
One of these.
From eggs, please. Time.
Eggs, dill, thyme, wheat, jerky, and hellhound saliva.
Bless.
All right. Anybody know where we can find this stuff? Mr. Floof.
Yes.
Dr.
You know where-
Floof, he has a degree.
Do you,
Don't disrespect him.
do you know where he would go to buy
Floof
this stuff?
PhD.
I suspect. What was on? Most of the stuff you should be able to buy at the general store in town.
Where is the
I
general
don't-
store?
But
In town.
Great.
Okay.
Is
I
there-
don't go to town much. He says I have an effect of kind of freaking out a lot of the farmers,
And they might want to eat you.
and
That's
sometimes they
very
try.
understandable.
They
I
have
like
tried
those
to
very
shear
wild.
me before, which I really don't appreciate.
I can
That's
understand.
very yes. She looks like very wild.
Very fluffy, yeah.
Dr. Floof, is
Yes.
there a hell portal here on the island?
A who?
A portal to an infernal dimension?
I sure
Why?
hope not.
Was
wanna
looking
visit
for
your family?
hellhound saliva.
Well, what if they have just in the forest?
Hellhounds don't normally
Hellhounds
force
aren't-
without a
aren't they
portal
normally
to come through.
A
Ariana does not
hellhound.
know.
I didn't know he was going out to get that so soon. He said he hear occurrences of some form of infernal beast on the northern side of the island. I don't suspect he would have went directly to the beast. I think he was just trying to collect a few samples from where it had been. But if he's been found by the beast, then
Oh, God.
I may be the professor now, which isn't very good as I don't have hands.
Is it? Then would it
It
be Doctor Professor or Professor Doctor?
No, it would just
Doctor
be,
Professor.
no. No.
I need to know.
Maybe Supreme Doctor.
I,
Yeah.
Sorcerer Supreme.
forgive me for asking this, because it may sound extremely
Super mega
insensitive.
comic movie.
Oh, please, Doctor,
Listen.
please prepare yourself.
Young one, please. You were always a sheep. Were you turned this way?
I believe I've always been a sheep, yes.
You can't just ask people why they're sheep.
I have never seen a talking sheep.
Doesn't
No.
Eva, that's very rude.
No, but it's a-
question.
We did just find out that, well, you're not always what you look
A
like.
very intelligent and capable talking
She's very
sheep.
true. And I never met a sea elf before.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we don't
because
like
apparently
showing
they
our
live
faces.
forever.
That's fair. So, anyways, about this hellhound.
So north
Ignore the
side of the
racism. We're sorry about that.
North side of the island.
Yes.
Not
How long do you think? I don't know if it is you or you don't, but how long do you think it would take to get there?
Should only be an hour or so from here. The island is very small.
Well, I mean, we'll take a small break here. And,
Well, we're going to be pushing tonight. Does everyone care? Who can see in the dark? Can anyone?
yeah, dark vision.
Dark vision.
Not this time.
And then two. Okay.
Don't worry, son. I'll guide you. But
But
No, I don't think it'd be safe then.
I can track a motherfucker. So.
Dr.
After I said
Floof.
that.
Dr.
I
Floof.
know,
Yes.
but like, just like
Pulls
That
out a
creature
sword.
outside, does it have a good nose?
The Boule. Probably not.
Okay.
He's
So
very
he wouldn't,
old.
he wouldn't be able to sniff down the professor.
Tracking this creature won't be hard for me. I'll take care of that.
You will.
Okay,
How?
Of course. I've tracked hellhounds before.
Well, I'm not trying to track the
Who
hellhound.
are
that is pretty cool. Not even gonna lie, that is really cool. Okay, Sven is in charge.
So we have a decision now. We can go now. Are we all
Alright.
just wanting
Are we
to go
bringing
now?
the chest with us? Because that kind of seems like
We
a bad
have
idea.
to.
Yeah, we unfortunately Dr. Flute speaking.
Although to that point, he can't technically open it. He has no
Hmm.
hands.
Do you have a room we can lock this in that nobody can get in?
He's kind of starts looking around. You see, as you guys also look around, you do see there's a door that says "Do not enter" on it. He looks up and says, and he shakes his head like, no. I believe there's a coat closet we could shove it in.
Okay, we'll
What
just-
if we go to his room and just lock it in his room?
We don't have the
He
key.
couldn't open. Dr.
but I
Flute couldn't
thought-
open the room to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be able to open the door.
I grab the chest and throw it in the closet.
Put it. Make sure it's
Can
on a
I-
high shelf. In the
Can I
closet.
do a discreet arcana check on him to see if he's a polymorph or if he's
Ooh.
actually a
Yes.
sheep?
I mean, Arcana doesn't
How would I
like you can
investigate that?
try to like use Arcana to estimate if it looks like he's polymorphed,
Yeah.
but it would be detect
There's
magic would tell
residual.
you if he was polymorphed.
Gotcha. Okay.
So just to be like if there was residual magic on.
Gotcha.
Arcana's like,
Is there
could
residual
he be
magic?
polymorph?
Gotcha.
Okay.
And that's an 11. So I'm assuming probably not.
He's a sheep.
Yeah, I mean he's a sheep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't want him to like
Doesn't
like open the
He
door.
doesn't look like a magical sheep, except for the
He
fact
does
he can
sound
talk.
like a magical
Yes, doesn't look like one.
Gotcha. Okay.
Alright. Is there a lock we can use or something?
It's already locked.
Okay, cool.
The chest is already locked.
No,
We
I
can't
mean
do
for
that.
the closet.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you can still break a chest open. That's besides the point.
It wasn't a magic chest. I did check that.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Well, yeah. So then it's possible just to smash it with, say, your axe.
I don't have an axe.
It's a hammer.
Oh,
He's
hammer.
only
I'm
40.
Sorry, hammer.
This is a blunt weapon.
Rewind. Hammer.
Alright, we should go look for this guy.
Should we just take the chest?
I
I
think
feel like
mean,
that'd be for the best.
unfortunately, Dr. Flute we need to take the chest.
That's fine. I understand.
Also, quick question. We'll probably just ask the professor this. later. But our friend here, Satana, really likes books. Do you have any like extras that the professor maybe? We'll ask him later too. But I wonder. if
Maybe
you
like
have-
romance novels.
No, no. I'm sure
I
you
would
probably.
like those.
We'll give him to.
I don't particularly know, but I'm sure Quux could
Oh.
find some books
That sounds
when
good.
he's back.
Dang.
Dr. Floof, are you a wizard also?
I wouldn't call myself a wizard. No, more of a researcher.
Ah.
What
I
do you
assist him
research?
in his magical research.
Oh.
What sorts of research are you doing?
Maybe a better question served for the professor himself, but for the most part, all kinds of magical research. Lots of transmutation.
I knew it. So we're definitely doing chess. Cool.
Yeah, we're definitely taking a chance. Yeah. Okay, cool. I guess we're just going north, right? Everyone? Anything else we need to?
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I mean, if we're just gonna end up pushing to the night, that's all.
That's fine.
We're
Yeah,
all good?
hey, Sven.
Yeah,
you need,
I think so.
You can't see in the dark, but do you need me to
I
let
mean,
you
how
know?
dark is it right now?
It's probably like
It's
8
It's
hours.
probably
It's
just barely
7.
sunset right
It's
now.
6 p.m.
So it's sunset right now.
Sunset.
Okay,
Well,
so
if
we
he
have
stays-
the time.
if he stays attached to the chest, then we'll be fine because then he'll just be walking with the chest.
I still need to track the beast.
How do you do that?
I need to find this. I mean,
Oh.
so out of character.
Yeah.
With my Hunter's Bane, I have advantage on survival checks to track and intelligence checks to recall information about Fae, fiends, and undead. I assume a Hellhound counts as a fiend.
Yes.
Yeah. So how far do you think I would like? How far would I need to go before I can start tracking?
Once. Wait, can you repeat the ability again?
So you have imbibed Hunter's Bane. You have advantage on survival checks to track, and intelligence checks to recall information about Fae, fiends, and undead. If you are tracking one of these types, only one at a time, you can't be surprised by them.
Ooh.
You could just roll survival with advantage now, because you know kind of what their tendencies are.
Copy.
Copy.
God, that's a 9. And 2, so it's real bad.
Can I do dice for a second?
Yeah, this is real bad.
2. 16. There you go.
I don't think that counts anymore.
Yeah,
that
I
is
know it doesn't count.
Feels bad.
unfortunately an 11. That was real bad.
So not knowing the island has kind of hurt you here because you don't really. It's hard to guess where an Hellhound would be. So you do go north, and maybe it takes you more than it takes you an hour to get kind of around the area. Dr. Floof told you the beast was gonna be, and then after that takes you another 30-ish minutes, and you finally find a tree that looks scorched and part knocked over. There's just giant gash in the floor with scorch marks everywhere,
Copy.
which you can assume was made by a hellhound.
Well, this was for sure made by a hellhound.
So are hellhounds constantly on fire? How?
No, but they do breathe. They do breathe fire. Yes, yes.
What-
They do breathe fire.
Hounds. So they're dogs.
Think of them as very, very large dogs
You would
that
you know
breathe
such a dog?
fire and have very, very sharp claws.
Can I track it? Look for tracks and stuff?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
I would go ahead and go. This is what you're looking for because I can't see it too well in the dark.
I mean, I can't.
You can't see in the
Mine
dark
did.
either.
But either way, I'm gonna assist him in.
Roll with.
Can I assist in his roll then?
Yeah, so you can just roll normally. Because I was going to give you disadvantage because it's dark. But if two
I
blind
mean, I
people
have.
were-
I think I
There's
have.
a straight roll.
There's 2 hunters going on.
Alright, my proficiency is double. Da, da, da,
Would
da, da.
you like light, or will that?
It's
I think that
fine.
would work, right?
I think.
But wait.
I wouldn't only because if
For-
the hellhound is in the area, it would attract them, and we
Ooh.
don't want that coming up behind us.
So what kind of roll is this?
Which again, I can't be surprised by.
Is this a perception roll or am I-
Survival.
It's survival.
Survival? Okay, that's my survival.
Straight up.
The track.
So just a
Okay,
straight
fine.
survival roll.
So it's +7.
That's how you do it.
17 plus 7
High
like
number.
24.
Yeah, so you can pick up the trail pretty easily. It is a hellhound, so you just kind of follow the scorch marks.
I Found it. Let's go.
So you follow the scorch marks and you look for the way the paws are going forward rather than backwards. And yeah, so you follow it about only like 5 or 10 minutes to a relatively big hole in the ground.
Okay.
So it goes down and it looks like it scoops up.
Oh, just letting you know, I have like alert, like
Yeah.
because of whatever I have. Just let me know.
Can I roll a recall and see if that's something a normal Howland would do, and what to expect when we go down into its den?
As it, or is it
Yeah, you can roll. What?
Is it like a tunnel or a cave, or is it just a hole?
Or
It
is
looks
it
like a
pitfall?
tunnel.
Okay, I thought
It
was
looks.
a
It looks
pitfall.
like It looks almost like a. Like a groundhog's hole, except really big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like big enough for a hellhound to go through.
That's supposed to be a straight intelligence check, right?
Didn't you say you get advantage on it?
Its advantage.
It's knowledge, religion, if you have it.
Is it religion? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's it. I'm gonna roll as well, right?
Is
Nice.
it 10, 13? Well, it's 15.
Yeah.
So generally, hellhounds are on fire. So this is a little abnormal to find a hellhound. Normally, they like stone buildings. Is normally where they like to make their lair, I guess. But at the same time, you're kind of on a wooded island, so they probably weren't going to find one. And then you really don't know what to expect. Probably fire. But hellhound lairs are normally stone, so this one's kind of completely new to you.
Got it.
It's since it's nighttime and we're looking into like this hole. Do we see any kind of light deep within the hole?
You see a little bit of glint of fire
Okay.
as you look into the hole, but it looks like it curves down and around a little bit.
What's,
So maybe it curves once, and then there's like you can see a faint light on like the reflection on the wall.
Do all the tracks end here?
Yeah, if you look around on the floor, there's definitely like
Alright.
a lot of it's worn.
All right, yeah, they're all in here.
Do we see more than one?
If you
or
want to
is it just
roll
I think I would know.
investigation,
I think my roll actually tells me how many animals are nearby, or how many I was tracking.
well,
yeah,
you were
I
only
learned
tracking
I learned
one.
exact numbers, sizes, and how long they passed through the area.
You tracked one
Only one.
to here.
Okay.
So we both have to roll separate survival checks then, right? Or investigation.
Well, I thought this was with the tracks that I found originally.
Yeah, those tracks were one hellhound.
I'll do it again.
So again, is this investigation or survival?
This is I think investigation.
Do I get advantage on this or?
No.
Alright.
17.
My rolls are real shit today.
So in front of the tunnel, you see there's a lot of just like it just looks scorched and scuffed, and it looks like it was just a hellhound. But you notice on the other side, there's a bunch of small, almost humanoid-like footprints going into the tunnel.
Mm-mm.
humanoid.
Guys, it's not just a dog.
Well, it could
Not
be,
just the
it's
dog,
probably
where?
the professor.
Oh.
It's probably the professor, right?
I mean, does it look like it was dragged in, or did he walk in?
It looks like something walked in.
Yeah, so I assume that's just the professor walking to get the saliva. Because eventually it got
So
eaten
So I
inside
guess
rather
we
than
have to
hunted
go
outside.
down there
We
now?
follow the human footprints.
I mean, they both go into the same tunnel.
Yeah.
We should
Okay.
probably then go into the tunnel. Like I don't know. Do we want to go into the tunnel?
Yeah.
I mean,
Spence starts walking.
Solo?
Yeah.
I guess. But everyone's good. Everyone's geared up.
I guess.
All right.
Pull out my bow.
His friend loads and
How
loads
like,
his
is it just like
hand
a
crossbow.
incline to get into the tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a bad
So everyone's going into the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you make your way into the tunnel, and doesn't seem to be too long of a tunnel. And as you start to go into the tunnel, you hear, does anyone speak Goblin by any chance?
I don't think so.
I have no mission halfling, so no.
Probably not.
Goblin?
Well, as you make your way into the
speak
tunnel,
orc.
Infernal and primordial.
you hear very odd noises that sound like they're chanting or singing or screaming. One of the three.
Oh no.
A lot of raises.
I didn't agree.
I guess we can just kind of just to kind of
Your silence speaks.
try to be as quiet as possible while following the sound. Do I roll for like stealth or do we already?
Well, I'm probably gonna roll for stealth.
Yeah, you
Once
guys
we
can roll
get
for stealth.
closer.
I assume we all would at that point, or
Hmm?
should we all roll for stealth, or?
Yeah.
When we're doing our stealth check.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at D&D Beyond for some stuff.
Great.
Hold on. I'm so excited for it. Please. Thank you.
Since we're in the tunnel,
We're rolling for stealth.
since we're in the tunnel,
Yeah.
does the terrain type change?
Yes,
Okay.
you're underground.
Just making sure.
Dirt.
Don't know how to hide in a tunnel.
I mean, I'm just making sure. It's still in the forest.
Okay.
I'm just rolling the chest new dice. I'm not doing.
Oh God, I don't even know what that was. Oh, I hate
I'm
this
sorry,
dice
you're all,
today.
like, so poorly.
Shit. 12.
Oh, what were the rolls?
7.
11.
11.
12.
8.
23.
Yeah. Oh, I'm good.
You got
I-
a rogue.
So
We're
everyone,
all
you're all like,
shooting at each
you're all
other.
like, you start hearing the chanting. You all try to like slow down, but you're walking on like this kind of weird incline in dirt that isn't like packed very well or anything. So you're just kind of like slide walking into the tunnel.
Does the tunnel just continue on forward?
Yeah, like curves. So you went in and it goes like
It
this
banks to the left?
to the right.
Oh, to the right?
Chris,
I have a stealth of 23. I don't know if can I continue with that number or, because what I want to do is like scout ahead. Just
Sure,
around the bend and then come back.
sure.
So I'll drop the chest and I'll just like turn, I'll whisper, I go look, so just sit tight, just in case. And then I'm just gonna
Do you
drop.
sit tight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
As much as I don't want to.
I know I'm gonna be loud.
So I'm just gonna go around the bend just to make sure there's nothing like surprise waiting for us around the bend.
Okay, so you go around the bend and now you see like kind of straight down and opens up into a big room.
Stealth, please.
You already stealth.
Good.
And in the, not room, but in like a bigger tunnel that ends. So cavern, I guess.
I feel like it just comes out.
Yeah, big dirt cavern.
Nice.
And in the cavern, you see a fire. And there's like it looks like a roast above the fire. You're kind of far away right now.
I can't quite see.
You see some small figures like dancing around. And behind it, and behind the fire, you see a large dog-like creature.
Alright, I take my step back and I return to the group and I tell them what I thought I saw. So I think there was a fire with a spit. Someone's cooking. Did it smell good or
Did it smell like person?
Was it a
was
person?
I
Did you
able
check?
to smell?
Did you check who was on?
It smelled like a fire.
Nice. And they're cooking. I don't know. It's a fire. And
Did you see what they were cooking?
Did you see anybody?
that's too far. It was too far for me to see. But there's a bunch of people. It looks like.
Like human
Maybe
people?
we should leave the chest around the bend before we walk in.
Should we just dig a hole for the chest and just?
Someone
We
That's not a
probably
bad
should
idea.
have left the
That's
chest
not a
behind.
fact. Well, let's not leave the chest behind.
Well, I mean, we didn't know.
We knew we were going after a hellhound.
To be fair, a hellhound doesn't normally look for chests. People do.
Wait, is the professor even there?
I was too far of a distance for me to tell.
How did we not notice the multiple footprints going back into it?
I told you there were multiple small humanoid footprints.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought there was only one set.
No, I told him.
I realized you guys misinterpreted, but I was like, I
No,
said it.
said that. I was like, there's more than one, or it's not just the dog.
I wasn't. I guess I didn't hear that.
Okay, cool.
I'm sure they're friendly.
Let's just push it against the wall and throw a blanket over it.
Yeah, for now.
It's dark enough, I guess.
This way it just becomes, it obscures with the background, that's all.
I can try to talk to them if you want to wait 11 minutes.
11, what? Why?
Did it?
Why?
Well, did it look urgent in there?
Did it look urgent? No, it looked like they were dancing around the spit.
We got time.
What?
Does that mean anything to me?
What?
Them doing a ritual dance?
They're goblins. They do all kinds of things.
Fair.
What? I'm sorry. It's attentive. What?
Dwarven meat, very rough.
I would hope not.
Was the
so,
professor a dwarf?
What?
No one asked.
Nobody asked. All right. I mean, hey, I got time. I sit down on the chest for
What is-
whatever she's gonna do.
What are
Which-
you doing? I don't understand.
Well, assuming they don't speak common, which they might. You're gonna talk loud again.
We're speaking whispering. We're whispering.
I'm just
Okay.
making sure.
Assuming they don't speak common, which they might, I can cast a spell to
Right.
speak to them in a different language.
Okay.
Is it the
Um,
language that they speak?
Any language.
Okay. Just making sure.
You have to pick the language now, or you can. You
No,
wait?
any language.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. No, we can wait like 10 minutes, right? We good here? Or
11 minutes.
I'm already sitting. I'm already sitting on the
Sula,
chest.
just Sula, so you're aware, I believe comprehend language requires
Hearing
the
it first.
vocal components.
Oh.
So
You're gonna be speaking.
Just so you're aware. Right?
What does
I
that
think
mean,
V is or V is
yes.
for voice.
There's V for voice.
I think
Oh, so she's gonna have
I
to be
think V
like
is for voice.
Booyah chakras.
Right, so
Chakra.
do I from casting it before, do I think I can like do it quietly or just a couple words, or I'm like chanting for 11 minutes?
You can try to do it quietly.
Should she roll for it?
a spell, like a spell
Oh.
check to roll quiet to sing it quietly. Ooh, good shot.
No, you're right. I can't talk to them. I can only understand.
understand.
Okay, that's a lot less useful.
Well, how about you do it thinking that you can talk to them and then it doesn't work and we just go from there.
The mall.
So let's do that. Let's have a.
before we do that though, can you go? I know you're very stealthy. Can you go and just double check that isn't the that isn't they're not eating like a person?
That is rather tempting.
I mean, I could, but I would prefer having someone around the bend for backup.
I'll follow you.
Well, I'll be behind the bend. Yeah, I'll be around the bend.
Because just in case it gets nasty,
So just run back.
we should all at least get in there.
Ooh,
Okay.
do you think we can set a trap for them?
Well,
Do you have enough time for that?
Because we have to fight them.
Yeah, but every time we
yeah.
set a trap, she could have already finished the spell.
Well, I mean, which it
I'm
doesn't
not
work.
setting a trap. Let's just go.
Alright.
I'm gonna just
Okay,
start
so you
walking.
should, we'll go as close as we possibly can, and you go in and you check to see what they're roasting.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So we're making our way around the bend, going in, hiding behind some rocks and stuff.
Gobi, Gobi, Gobi.
All right, so you sneak a little closer.
Yes, please.
So as you get closer, you notice the thing on the spit roast is wiggling and appears to be humanoid.
It's caterpillar.
Is it a door?
It's not a dwarf.
Oh, good
It's
for
too
them.
short.
Good for them.
Can I even see them? Because Iridas is the one who's up ahead. She'll.
Wait, was anyone following
Oh, I followed
closer?
her. Yeah.
No, I
Closer?
stayed
I
around the
didn't.
bend because I knew I don't have
I
any,
didn't.
so-
I followed her in the middle because I realized that she doesn't know races. So she again could not
Everyone's
recognize most of the
on race to
races. So I
her.
just realized.
Yeah.
Well, I was too far away, and yeah.
Okay.
So you're at the entrance of the cavern. This way you're hidden.
I just followed her.
So yeah, as you creep into the kind of cavern, the hellhound, which is behind the spit right now, just kind of laying there. There's a few goblins around it, like holding up like random chunks of meat, not from the. Right now, it looks like the humanoid on the spit's still full.
I also make the argument again though that I can't be surprised by the hellhound. It can definitely see me, I'm sure, but if it tries to like do a sneak
Well,
attack,
yeah,
it
I mean,
can't.
you're looking at it, so it can't. You're
Okay.
also looking at
I'm
it.
just making sure that it wasn't
Just
trying
in
to-
case.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
Is
see
he,
it.
is
It's
he directly looking, not behind the like thing?
well, yeah. Now the hellhound, as you walk into the cavern, kind of looks up and goes.
I dragged him behind one of like the rocks, and I'm just.
You said you wanted someone with you.
Yes, but like not directly. Just oh my goodness.
You should have specified.
Oh no.
So
So the goblins
As,
here.
as he's setting this
The
up.
goblins here.
meanwhile,
As he's setting this up, I'm just gonna like right behind her block, just like look at like Sven sheet right now currently. Yes.
Sheet, yes.
So you changed a couple times this morning.
I went back to the half elf.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, free breath.
Yeah, the whole point of being stealthy is to not get seen.
So Satana, how many books have you read?
Oh.
This is like the conversation happened. Yeah.
Hand zoom.
And I'm gonna.
She's
I'm
like,
gonna
she
whisper,
put her hammer down and just sitting on top of like the blunt side of her hammer. She's like, how many books have you read?
very good hearing.
Oh, okay, it is.
Yes.
Dogs, that makes sense. Yes.
I shake my head.
Above 17? 17.
Below 100.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Any like, what's your favorite book right now?
The Teachings of Argus. I read it often.
The teachings of whom?
The Great Dragon Argus.
Rajit?
Oh,
I love the character you have because I never know when you're just like stopping out of like annoyance or stopping out of thinking. I just don't know where to go.
The expression is the same.
Okay.
I'm going to.
It's a lot of goblins.
So we noticed the
When
how
I peer behind the rock, does it look like the goblins are like really invested in the fire?
Well, after about like not a minute, like 15 seconds of whisper shouting at Sven, you notice this chanting is slowly like stopping.
So
So we
Sven.
just, I like clamp her mouth and I'm just like.
Also, all of you notice the chanting is stopping. Everyone in the
So Sven,
No
Sven
sound is
slowly
bad
takes it
sound.
off and goes,
Or dinner.
and then stands up, says, "Hello, friends. How are you?"
I don't know.
Are you?
Do we
Speak
hear
We
now.
hear that, right?
Are you? What? Are you just look like yourself?
I look like a half. Oh.
What you already look? Whatever
Yeah,
you
no,
did.
No.
Whatever you
here's
did.
Here's the thing. That makes more sense.
But you didn't
I
do
didn't
it.
think about that, so I'm gonna go with just boisterous nonsense as a half elf, which I should have thought of, but the clothes would have gone off anyway.
And you see there's-
with me.
So the goblin in like the gold goblin,
Yes.
he's not actually gold, but
Yeah.
he's wearing like kind of shaman-y attire, so like furs and feathers. Says, "What you want?"
We came down here looking for a friend of ours. We were wondering if you.
No friend here.
Are you sure?
No friend.
He seems to be on your fire pit.
Dinner for great beast.
I'm going to
see.
take a ball bearing and try and fling it across.
She's already doing
No,
it.
it's- can't
Roll.
stop
Wait, what are
Yeah,
you trying to
sure.
do?
Just take a ball bearing and then just bounce it off one of the walls to like
Wait.
see if they might, if like feel like they might be aggressive, that they might like turn to the ball bearing.
Eric,
or
we
to
hear
the
them
noises.
talking, right?
Do we hear
Probably,
hello friends?
Okay.
Oh, we're like, oh well, time.
He
everyone-
didn't say it.
Again, all the
Quietly.
chanting stopped. You guys noticed the chanting stopped, and then I said, "Hello,
So-
friends."
Oh, okay, so
Wait, so do you want to throw the ball bearing?
Yeah, just want to see if they're like if they're on edge. That's
Alright.
what the word is.
Then
That's-
roll.
That's what the word is. To see if
Roll a
like,
d20 plus your dexterity.
I'm getting ready for
okay.
combat.
Just to see if like they're on edge, that they're like they want to go at.
Wait, what does everyone in the tunnel do?
I think we're still. I think we're like
I think we're
looking.
just on alert right now.
Yeah, we're just looking
Plus
like
dex.
we're
Yeah.
doing that Scooby Doo thing where everybody's looking on top of each other, and it's just like it's a.
Heads.
The funny thing is that could actually work with the different sides.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, the exact order is Sula, here, you,
Sally.
me.
That's it. Perfect.
18.
Makes perfect sense.
Are they
All right,
dex?
so you kind of throw it around the side of the rock you're behind, and you see a few of the goblins look over at it, and the shamany goblin says, "How you throw that?"
I also didn't realize she was doing this. So I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Too. I go, "I don't know what that was."
Get out. We
Fair
feed
enough.
you to great beast too. And all the goblins go, yeah.
Perhaps we
Yeah,
can make
go
a
on,
trade.
Oh.
Me
What
too.
trade?
What's
There,
the count?
Far.
Fuck, nice.
I could get a better feast for your beast, if you prefer, because human is stringy, as you know.
Guys,
Is
I
it
don't like
human?
the way
What?
it
I can see the
sounds.
profession now, right?
Yes.
What is the
Roll
profession?
history.
While he's rolling that,
We
because
don't,
I'm
we don't
facing
know what
away.
race the professor is. Something we gotta really think
While
about
I,
later.
while he's rolling
Fucking
that,
finally
because
get
I'm
a roll.
facing away and towards the tunnel because I'm behind one of the rocks or stones. Do I see the three heads, the four heads?
The forehead.
Yeah, let's say you see all four of them kind of like peeking.
Like, we're trying to be as stealthy as possible. We're not very stealthy.
No, failing horrible.
Iridance is just gonna give them like a little signal that like happen, just like come closer, but like just like.
Do I roll for
slow.
interpretation of her signs?
You can interpret it however you want to interpret.
Language of the sea elf.
Can you translate?
Can you translate that language?
Oh, okay.
No, 'cause I didn't spend 11 minutes.
wait, what happened?
I went to Katie and I'm like, can you translate that for me? She's like, no, I didn't spend 11 minutes.
I rolled a 16, by the way.
Woo!
What were you trying to do?
Let's see
train.
what race the professor is.
You know, you really don't know. He's like has kind of greenish skin, but very skinny. Like he looks similar to how you look when you're just a changeling. But he's kind of pale green. He's wearing, he almost looks wearing like Indiana Jones type attire. And he's just sitting there. He has a gag in his mouth. He's just like, and he's wearing very.
I like
yeah.
the idea that there's two goblins just
Sounds
like
like a sea dog.
death glaring him as he spins them.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure it's evenly roasted.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go.
Examples of skin.
I imagine
And that's a texture.
something that skinny wouldn't taste very good. I have some great mutton I could give to you.
No mutton.
No mutton. Have you had mutton? It's delicious.
No mutton.
What would you like as a trade for him?
Dwarf. Dwarf meat, very good.
Dwarf meat. I heard
Thank
it's
God
very
none of
tough.
us are dwarves.
Are you
Dwarf
sure you want
meat.
a dwarf? I can see what I can do, but
Foolish decision on their part.
I've been told from a very good source that dwarf meat is very tough and it's not good.
Dwarf meat, nice and round.
every time you hear the goblin talk, Sully just looks down at Satana. He's like, just to confirm if it's true or not. And he's like, and he's like, oh man, well.
I can see. Well, here's the problem. I can go out and get a dwarf, but by the time I get back, I feel my friend would be dead. Could you take him off the roast while I get this dwarf?
Great beast hungry. If no feed meat, great beast eat one of us.
Yes, I understand
Can't wait.
that.
Give meat
Oh,
or we eat.
fair enough.
I'm not as
Then I guess you would talk.
So leave or you also meet.
I'm gonna slowly
Understood.
draw my arrow.
Give me 1 second to read something.
Oh no, he's gonna throw
While he's
it.
reading that, Iridance is gonna pull out her bow and arrow and just like slowly
Yeah, my bow and arrow's
Cock it.
already
cock
cocked
it,
out.
and then just stare at the four heads and just like
I got it.
pull on the side.
Minor illusion of a dwarf right next to them.
Oh.
Just on the ground, not doing anything, because it's only minor illusion.
Wait, I think, give me a second. I also have minor illusion. Can we double the minor illusion?
Can we make it one big dwarf?
A bigger,
Material
plumpier
and
dwarf.
somatic, not verbal.
I mean, you can make a slightly better colored minor illusion dwarf.
Yes, perfect. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
that. It's a
So-
cantrip.
We
I'm
got
gonna
this.
use it.
So the way I know this is
Small
happening is, I
We're on the
go,
way to
okay, I'm gonna start slowly taking out my beard of force.
You understood exactly.
When a dwarf walks up,
Nope, can't walk. Not that good of a spell. Only cantrip. There's just a dwarf,
Holy
exactly 5 feet long, just laying prone right next to you.
I go,
You look away and you look back and it looks slightly better.
I like see him starting with, I'm like, oh, wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
here you go,
Where get dwarf?
Oh, look, a dwarf.
magic.
Dumbhead, go check it. And he points at one of the goblins. And
Oh, man.
the goblin goes over
He's gonna be the first
Sure.
to die.
and goes over towards the thing. He slowly, like very cautiously with his spear, just goes to poke it.
Should I move the? A little.
Yeah, you can move one closer.
They all move.
Wait, can you do me a favor? There's a figure that's on the ground next to it.
I finally got a legitimate use.
What is that? A figure?
Now it's intangible, right?
It's just a knocked
Oh,
out
if he
guy.
touches it, it's gone. It's just gonna pass right through.
Cool.
This is all you.
So
You gotta sell it. You gotta sell it.
It's
goes.
right there.
He's going to poke it.
It's right there.
Are you gonna shoot?
If he's right there, I'm just gonna whip around.
Yeah, I
and
think I'm
point
gonna-
blank him.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go.
same.
Now, friend, it's only fair if you show me your meat first before I show my meat.
Well, that's gross.
Mm.
Not like.
You want show meat?
Yes, I want to see if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
actually my friend.
I don't like where this
Can
is
you
going.
bring my friend over here before you inspect?
Oh,
He's already
This
going to
dwarf.
poke it. So
God damn it!
I point blank.
Yeah, I
into
shoot.
him.
I was
Let go of
gonna
the
say.
arrow.
I chucked the. I'm
Okay,
pretty
we're
sure
rolling
the-
for initiative. Both of you can get a shot, and then it's normal initiative because everyone's prepared for a fight right now.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Should I take the
Where's
shot?
the fire?
Should I
exactly
take the
on
shot
there?
first and then roll for initiative, or?
Yeah, you guys can both shoot first.
Okay.
You look away and it looks slightly
Do we
better.
have to
Oh.
roll to
Is it-
Does that include me? Because I had the bead in my hand when I saw the dwarf.
Eric, I'm doing that plus
No, you can't. throw it.
D8 thing if I hit it.
Do we still have to attack?
I'm doing that plus D8 thing if I hit it.
Plus
It's
two.
not hurt.
What?
What?
The thing?
You don't get it if he's not hurt.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah. Forgot.
I
it.
got-
Do we still have to roll for the surprise round, so to speak? Do we still have to roll for the AC to hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my
Fuck.
madre. It's so bad.
Fuck.
Yeah,
sakes.
Uh,
Apparently I can't point
eight-
blank, so
8
that
to
fucking
hit.
sucks.
these
8
dice-
to hit.
Yeah, these dice are letting me down.
I believe that misses.
Motherfucker. 6, my dude.
Yeah, that
I
misses.
can't blame.
I just go, what?
Shit.
And now we roll for
Dark.
initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 13.
God
Oh wait, I'm
damn
rolling
it!
to roll.
Alright, 13
Okay,
plus.
13.
Uh,
Well, I
six-
feel like
13.
16 for me.
Got a 5.
Oh, and you're right there too.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I was ready to fight. This dwarf just took me off guard. I was like, ooh.
You were just as confused by the dwarf as they were.
Alright. 16 for me.
Oh wait, we should as soon as you make the dwarf and I make it slightly bigger, it's like we got it this time. We give each other a small high five.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
As soon as you break your hand, that should give you a high
Obviously,
five.
all is mine.
Yeah, obviously we nailed it. We nailed it.
We were right on their way.
I had a much better.
All right.
thing.
Did anyone roll 20 or higher?
No.
21.
Oh,
21.
21. 18 plus 3.
Damn.
Damn.
This time.
15 to 19.
16.
I'm gonna
10 to
die.
15.
13.
13. What's your dex, too?
Did you roll?
I'm not first.
You go first.
Yeah, dex is 3.
Oh, so I didn't get the worst roll. That's amazing.
5 to 10.
Solid 5.
Oh no, not even there.
Roll the
I'm
3.
just thinking about that
Negative
slightly
one.
better.
She's trying not to turn into a rock this time.
It's like, not this time,
All right,
bucko.
Satanta, you have initiative.
Alright, for some reason the dwarf plan failed. I don't know how they did that. Mirage, guide your strikes. And I'm gonna cast Bless on the 2 front runners and Sally.
And the
Yeah.
dwarf.
I don't get it this time either.
D4.
D4.
God damn.
D4.
I'm gonna pull out one of these.
All right.
Don't get it.
And do you want to do anything
I'll
else?
pull out my
What's
cup.
the drop?
So if
kind of amorphous off the board.
yeah, let's say you guys are kind of like here-ish, and it take half
And
your.
we have an army behind us.
It take like half your movement to get onto the board.
Okay.
So 3 squares to get onto the board.
Yeah.
Every character does
Oh,
one
it's
of those
not that
buttons.
much here.
I'll put that individually.
No.
That's it for me.
Can we pull off the dwarf?
Oh, wait.
That's gonna confuse me.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. be gone.
Wait, did
Fine.
he poke the dwarf yet? Because she point blanked him before he poked the dwarf. Was the dwarf?
No one hit him.
I thought he said he poked them.
Is it a
and
concentration?
that's why we
though?
shot.
I feel
Yeah,
like combat's
I-
gonna
yeah,
break concentration.
Even if it doesn't need to be on the map. Wait, I just looked and then I forgot.
Don't forget you got that exploding boom boom ball.
Yeah.
He
So
knows.
this
He
one's
has it
gonna-
ready.
I was gonna use it.
The Hellhound's gonna move up a little bit,
Oh, no.
and all of the goblins.
Wait. How does that black hole thing work?
Oh, those-
These are rocks. The red is fire.
do they obstruct vision or?
A little bit,
Okay. So if I shoot past it, do I have like disadvantage or?
only like directly behind.
Damn, they roll really high in initiative.
Yeah.
Goblins are quick little buggers.
Do they all have the same initiative?
Yeah, I run initiative the
Oh,
same.
okay, yeah, that's fair.
Actually, wait, I messed up. One of them is still cooking the professor,
No.
I appreciate his dedication.
What's that?
Yeah, I was gonna
What's
say.
that thing all the way in the back behind the
and
hellhound?
two
That's
of
the
them.
shaman.
This is the shaman,
Oh, that
and two of them
that's
are
the
back
shaman.
in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 are gonna shoot their bows at Iridansa because they know you're there now. Because
Yeah, I gave myself away.
and 2 are gonna shoot at Sven. And then one's gonna try to stab Sven
How
probably.
much HP do you have?
Full.
No, I mean
Yeah, well-
total.
Oh, not high. It's 28. Did I die in the first round?
I know.
Does 6 or 13 hit Aridanza?
Yeah, roll them. They need
I
help
guarantee
for
they're
it.
gonna be like 18, 19, and 21.
Does a 12 or a crit hit you?
No, actually, it does not. The 12 does not.
Alright, he does
15 million damage.
It's exploding out.
8 damage to you with the bow, and then one's gonna swing at you with the scimitar. And as he swings at you, he's still kind of shook by the dwarf just disappearing. And
Perfect
the
plan.
fact that fight just started as he walked up, so he goes to hit you with the scimitar, and instead just throws it past you. And now he's just looking at you like.
Remind
And
me to
it
pick
is
that up
now
later.
Kira's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna move myself.
Wait, so one missed with the bow, one got a critical hit with the bow, the other one just
Which
threw
one
a
looks
sword.
like a
Yeah.
ranger,
Okay.
somewhat.
Just keep it up.
I'll use this one. I'll use that one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move myself right
Oh, I forgot to do something again. God dang it.
there.
I still have some.
That should be okay for now.
Well, you said it's half my movement to get onto the board.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's 5, 10, 15. I guess I'm gonna shoot the goblin that's cooking the professor.
Okay. And the
I'm
professor's
gonna
like.
I'm gonna
tired.
hunter mark him first before I shoot him.
Yes, please.
So
Remember. Remember, Hunter's Mark.
let me just make sure I remember what that does.
Say goodbye.
Those arrows travel stuff.
Alright,
The
so that was
one
my
time I'm
bonus
not a bar is
action.
the
Alright, so
one
he's my
actually come up with
Corey.
good songs.
Alright,
You weren't really the most charismatic.
alright,
bard,
so
I was
12 plus
never.
5, 17 to hit.
That hits.
I will
Okay.
never be.
were you? Nice.
Not yet.
1d8.
Maybe these things have like one house or something to die into.
The hellhound still
I
slumps.
kind of want to get more chips.
No, you
Those
can wake
chat.
the hellhound.
9 plus
Oh,
3.
the dog? Yeah. Wake him, the dog. Dog.
12 to 12 damage.
That's dead.
Whoa!
Alright, I passed my.
This one?
Whichever one.
Yeah, that's the one that
that
I.
one.
Alright, I passed the hunter's mark to the wolf, the hellhound.
Okay. Paradonsa, it's your turn, but Sully can go first since.
I am going to pull, notch another arrow, and
You hit the guy in the spit, right?
Yeah.
Not the one on the spit, the one using the spit.
Yes, obviously.
So as you
I'm
kill
gonna
the one on the
straight for
spit,
the shaman.
the spit turns, so now the professor's just hanging over the fire.
Oh shit.
It's no longer turning.
Oh no.
5 feet per box.
Yeah.
6 times 5 is
30.
30. Iridan's is gonna run right up to the professor and fire, because it's 30. That should be 30. Is it 6?
Give me this one.
I'm one of them. Hot. And she has a water skin in her equipment. Can she use that to douse the fire? Or is the fire
She can
like,
try.
Or is the fire like raging, like a big
It's a
bonfire?
pretty big
Is it
bonfire.
like
It's pretty big,
It's
yeah.
a bonfire?
Yeah, it's big. Like think of a fire to like spit roast a pig, except this is a human.
Thing.
Yeah,
Thing.
thing.
Humanoid.
It's Indiana Jones.
Ooh.
You can just kick him off the spit roast.
Yeah.
You just like just
Is that
go
is
onto
that
the
a
side.
thing to kick off?
Yeah, you could just
Push.
Get him
you could
right.
just like push the spit off of the railing and he'll just
Okay.
roll onto the floor.
Alright, yeah, I went to do
At least
that
you won't
just
be
to
in
save his
danger.
ass first.
Okay.
Um,
I'll roll strength.
cool.
Roll cheese doodles.
That sounds just about right for her stream.
No, no. She falls into the fire.
Can it load, please? Oh, from the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6.
So you go to push it, and you push it, but you only push the front part of the spit.
So it's on an angle.
So now he's like his head is off of it, but his legs are like in the fire.
Oh no!
He's not being roasted correctly.
And he's just
Shit, I'm not strong. I'm sorry, but wow. And then where do I have any bonus actions that I can do? One moment.
you can hide, you can dash, you can disengage.
I'm just gonna look at him and just say, if I dash, what does that mean?
It means you can move another 30 feet.
Wow, I'm going to bonus action dash to. Sorry, Zatata, but just to like the one of the corners of the cave.
I like how she knocked into the fire and
Yes.
then ran away.
Well, yeah, because
Pranked.
I'm in the middle. I mean, I was able to like save his ass and just be like chill for a hot minute.
Yeah, but at the same time, now he's literally on fire.
I'm still 30 feet from him.
He was literally on fire before that.
He was burning and roasting. Now his feet are in the fire.
This situation was marginally improved.
Yes.
I would make the argument that it is not.
Yeah.
That his feet are in the fire instead of over the
And
fire.
that's my turn.
All right, Sully, your turn.
For some reason, my D&D Beyond reset my max hit points to 6. I
How?
don't know.
Don't just
Wasn't it like 30?
Just long rest.
roll to attack now. We'll figure that out.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up and just kind of how close can I get to that first goblin?
What's your speed?
25.
So half to get there, and 10, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll to attack him.
Just pancake him.
I use the D4 for that, right?
Yep.
12, 13, 14, 15.
Which one are you?
Plus my attack.
You want me to reach for you?
19.
That hits.
Okay, cool. So now I roll 2d6 plus 2. That's 9, 10, 11.
He's dead.
Damn.
And do you have anything else?
No. I think she kind of just she whacked him and was like, oh, like she kind of I guess her original idea was I'm just gonna hit him with this and he's gonna get knocked out. He just kind of just flew and just hit the wall and was like,
Well,
oh.
you knocked him out of his life.
She's like, oh, wow.
Alright, so it's the goblin shaman's turn. He's just going to continue standing where he is, and he's just shouting, "Yes! Yes! More meat for the great beast!" And that's his turn. Sven, your turn?
Okay, how do I
Your
reset
turn.
this back to me?
Alright. So does talking count as an action?
I clicked the wrong way.
No, it's a free action, but you can't talk for like hours.
No, I know. I'm gonna
You can
go.
say like a sentence.
I'm gonna quickly scream like, what are the fuck? What are the chances you just take that as a meat and we go? No? Cool. And he points his hand
More meat.
and he points his hand crossbow
Oh,
and
that's
shoots
HP
it at how far does that shoot for?
It's far enough. I
It's,
think.
it's far enough to reach the back of the cave. Do you think?
Ooh,
Back of
60.
cave? Probably.
Where the shaman is.
Mid,
Check
not natural.
Wait, is it crossbow or the longbow?
It's a hand crossbow.
Think- Oh no, you can shoot 120 feet. It's just I think at
With disadvantage.
with disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's actually 30 feet with non-disadvantage.
Yeah, no, but
What-
I say
So
the
what's
furthest
max
you can max is 120.
Yeah.
Max, you're in.
Yeah, but 30. What's the closest goblin within 30 feet? And the one behind it isn't in range. Above 30? No. Okay. So I'm going to assume that a hellhound is a feral beast, and so it will attack any meat that it sees.
There's a
Is
dead
that a
meat right
thing,
in front
or-
of it.
Like
You don't know?
there's my mind is like I want to take out some beasts to nah, fuck it.
You know, hellhounds are fiends, so they're not completely idiots.
I know. I was kind of hoping you'd overlook that. Cool. I'm gonna use Witch Bolt on that boy right there. The one that's in range, essentially.
Okay.
Because
There he goes,
Witch
that
Bolt
boy.
goes 30 feet.
The beast is awoken.
Hello, baby.
Oh no,
So that's
comfort
a
and
ranged
needed
spell
the-
attack. I just
Maybe
rolled
great
d20, right?
Yeah.
Plus the bless, yeah. God damn it. These rolls today. That's a 9.
The misses.
Damn it. Dick's butt in the butt.
It just goes right past the goblin.
Oh, that's my turn.
Never
Sua.
used this spell slot.
Yeah.
Oh, me.
Hey, baby.
Yes,
baby.
So to like to get him off of the
Sorry.
fire, do I think that would be like an action?
Yeah, you'd have to use your action to pick him up and pull him off the fire.
Oh, actually, that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna cast
Do I have my spell attack to the
Expeditious Retreat on
Do I
myself.
have my spell attack?
That's a
to
bonus
the
action. I
actual
can
hit
also
itself, or is it
dash as a
damage?
bonus
I think it's a
action
hit.
that turn, and I'm gonna use my movement to get to him.
So wait, no, okay.
And then as my action, I'm gonna pull him.
Okay.
I can't go anywhere, I don't think. But we're just gonna move like a step off of the fire.
Okay.
You
And
can
I'll take
throw
off his mouth gag if I can.
Okay.
Quick question, actually, just a future, because I didn't add this. With my spells, my spell attack is included inside the ranged attack, or
Oh,
is
the
that to the
ranged attack?
damage?
Oh no, for that.
Hmm?
For the +4 spell attack, does that include on my chance to hit them or the damage?
That's to hit them.
Okay, I didn't add that in, but obviously I'm not going to now because I
No,
missed it. But
I think it should have calculated it for you though.
You got a little ball.
I didn't roll on this. I rolled off that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
Okay,
see
so
it
you
now.
get him off the
Damn it.
fire. You
Yeah.
ungag him. It's like, thank you very much. Now get these ties off me, and I'll show these goblins a real meal.
On it. I start.
Okay.
I don't know about that. Just
Um,
tie it tighter.
Satanta, it's your turn.
Okay. He is going to trace 3 points in a triangle. He says, "Now witness the arcane might." Level 1 magic missile.
at least he's not disadvantaged.
And at least it'll actually
This
hit
guy,
time.
this guy, and this guy.
He's taking all the XP.
I'll trust dice. Let's go.
Cool.
1. Wow, it's very diverse. 2 to the first guy. 4 to this guy. And 3 to this guy.
The one you did 4 damage to is dead.
Jesus.
Damn.
Yes.
I look back and go, hey, nice job.
Yes.
As it like whizzes by my head, like, whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
It'd be great that all his spells make that sound.
Whoa.
Crash Bandicoot.
Booga.
Ooga booga.
Uh-oh, not me.
Can
Wait, can you?
Sven, Selly,
That's me.
and Kiru, please give me dexterity saving throws.
Dexterity saving throws.
That includes busing.
Yes, plus 5 saving throws.
God.
16.
12.
Yeah.
Wait,
Did you
is
roll
that
plus?
a 3 or a 5?
Oh damn.
Hang on, let me just double check that really quick.
Nothing. 4,
I thought I
6,
could read my ability.
6
Yeah.
dexterity.
16.
12.
We're just rolling really low today. Feels bad.
Alright, so the Hellhound runs over and breathes fire on all of you. If you had higher than a 12 on your saving throw,
What if I'm
you
at,
take 9 damage.
Oh,
If you had lower, you take 19 damage.
what if I'm
Jesus
at
Christ.
12?
That's the saving throw, so you take 9.
I take 9 damage.
So
Thank
Stella,
fucking
you take
Christ.
19 fire damage.
19 fire damage. Oof. Okay. That's a big hit.
Oh, wait.
17 left.
I got hit, right? Damn, I have to roll concentration.
And
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that a hellhound won't be hurt by hellfire, right?
Yeah, I think I lost my concentration.
What do you roll?
8.
8 total? Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Fuck.
It's either 10 or half the damage you've taken, whichever's higher.
Good thing she's wearing chainmail. Oh no! Does this mean that her bandage that she tied on herself is gone?
yeah,
No!
Yeah,
Alright,
I
so-
threw them out.
two
no,
are
no,
gonna.
she left that one that she tied to her arm.
Oh, hot.
2 of them are gonna attack Iridansa. No, one's attacking Iridansa. 2 are attacking Sula. The other 2 are still kind of just not attacking yet. They're kind of approaching cautiously.
I'm here.
12 and 19.
19.
5 damage.
5.
And Sula. 7.
Doesn't hit.
Alright. It is Kira's turn.
2 didn't
Alright.
attack me?
1 attacked you. Oh. Oh, wait. 2 weren't. You don't take any damage because I messed up.
Come on.
Does a 15 hit you?
Who, me?
Yeah, you don't take any damage.
15? Yes.
No, you don't take
that's
any
not her. I
damage.
wasn't hitting
What's
you.
happening?
5 damage to Sula. You didn't take any damage because only 1 attacked you. And I rolled twice. And it was the second one that hit you.
Oh, okay.
Alright, 2 of them are surrounding Sulu right now.
Mm.
Alright, I'm gonna aim for one of them. Well, I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark one of them. The one that's closest to me. So, he's got Hunter's Mark.
I'm just glad
Okay,
you
that's
guys
alright.
everybody fighting at the same time.
Fighting on back lines.
14 to hit?
At least you're doing stuff.
That hits.
Okay, cool.
Last time we were down.
Wait, who are you attacking? Sorry.
The closest one to me from.
Okay.
The hellhound.
Oops. Oh.
No, that's a soda. Don't touch that.
7 damage.
It does.
She attacks with it.
No,
This one I got.
get him.
Alright,
No.
that's it.
Iridansa, it's your turn.
My turn?
Yeah.
Hot. So there's one in front of me. So
Oh.
I'm going to put away
I passed the
this.
Hunter's Mark to the wolf.
Okay.
Sorry.
What a great wolf. So I'm going to pull out my short sword instead and go for the one that's right in front of me.
Okay.
Oh, I almost clicked the button. It's my D20.
Do you have a concentration check, sir?
Plus the d4.
If you get
Oh,
hit, you
hot.
have to roll
Let's
a
just
con
say that's
saving
a-
throw.
8.
That
And
misses.
me 10.
Great.
He
Plus
said
the
10
D4.
or
Oh,
half
oh,
the
the
damage that you
bless.
took
Yes.
because it was higher.
Let's see if 8 gets increased.
That's-
It's cocked. Hold on.
Aw, sorry, Phoebe.
9.
Oh.
Yeah.
Their AC may have been a 12, so.
I mean, they died at 4 damage, so I mean, I don't think their AC is terribly high.
Could be
Yeah, so I go to swing for it, and I just miss underneath like the arm or something.
I think you over the arm, but yeah.
Over. Thanks.
It's a goblin. Pretty small.
Thanks. Thanks. I hate it.
Sally, your turn.
Okay, I think it's probably the best idea to do a pushing attack at this point, is to push the Hellhound back as far as possible. Unless you guys think there's something else better that she could do.
Oh, I could have bonus actions or whatever.
So tiny.
Yeah, I barely even saw it. Okay, so it says when you hit with the weapon. Oh, let me do the hit with the weapon attack first to make sure it hits. It's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
That hits.
Okay, so it says, when you hit with the weapon attack, you can expend one superiority die and add the total to the damage roll. If the target is large or smaller, it must make a strength saving throw DC of 12. On failure, you push the target up to 15 feet away from you. So I'm gonna roll my damage while, what do I use for superiority dice?
Is it D8 or
Should-
D6?
Should be a DA.
I think it's a D8.
I think it's a D8.
It's a DA, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a DA.
Special
Yeah,
dice.
Okay, so I roll 2d6 plus d8 plus 2.
Yeah.
That's 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
My baby.
16 damage. And if it fails a D12, DC 12, it gets pushed back 15 feet.
Yeah, it failed.
Away from the mic, please.
So it gets
Not
pushed
into the
back.
mic, please.
So 15 feet back, away from my friends. Also, she's angry because it burned off her cool bandage that Sven put on. She looks actually pretty pissed off that happened.
Yeah, so you run up to it and underhand cut it up, and it just goes, and it
Like
kind of like
golf?
lifts off the ground briefly. It goes,
Okay, cool.
The wolf's taking the hellhound's taking damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, 16
sure.
damage.
Oh, dear pupper.
Yeah, your baby.
Hi, dear pupper.
Baby.
it is the
Oh, wait,
shaman's
I have to
turn.
mark superiority dice. Oop. Oh, I have 4 D8. Yeah, it's D8. You guys are right. When you guys are right, you're right.
So this guy's gonna move here,
Oh,
and
God.
can
Uh-oh. Nope, you don't fit there.
Can we move off the
Fuck you,
goblins
boy.
that have been dead? So I can just,
can these 4 people, the dead ones?
yeah, just so I can see what's happening.
So the 4 people over here, I need to make strength saving throws.
Not bad. Those.
Who?
The 4 people in the tunnel.
It's another 19.
Does that include
probably
me?
gonna be dead.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It could be worse.
4.
14.
God, diggity damn. 9.
16, 17, 17
Kill me.
plus strength. You said strength?
Yeah.
Oh, 16, 20, non-natural.
Anyone who got above 11 is fine.
Yes.
Everyone else,
So
you
12.
see roots start to grasp up from the ground and grab at your feet.
Oh, fun.
You are now entangled.
Double
Okay.
fun.
What does that mean?
Say that one more time. What is entangling now?
Like it looks like the
Fine,
goblin
pupper.
shaman cast a spell.
Oh, so it's like roots or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like hellhounds coming out of the ground like,
Oh, so I just
whoa.
can't move.
Speed becomes 0.
They're restrained. Yeah.
Attack rolls no advantage.
So you
Reflex
can't
on
move.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
gonna
so
tap
my
it.
Sven, your turn.
No, the
We're gonna
creature's.
move
Uh,
it.
I'll take things off.
Oh, so I would have
I
disadvantage.
am going to cast Eldritch Blast at the goblin next to Sula.
Do you want to notice that? Roll to notice.
Notice, yeah, you see him cast a spell.
Roll to notice.
That's all.
Roll a hit.
That's plus that plus yeah. I'm gonna ask every time. 9 plus 2 plus 4. 15.
That hits.
Cool. And that is a 1d10.
Bless is such a good spell. I love it so much.
That's a 2.
I think that one got hit by magic missiles,
I think that one took 3.
so it's dead.
Cool.
Nice.
And
How's the hellhound looking?
I ain't done.
I mean, it looks okay. It looks a little battered because you slammed it with a hammer, but that was the only thing anyone did to it.
So I'm gonna do something.
I hope everybody plays it.
People might get freaked out, but Sven doesn't care. I'm going to use Blood Curse of the Fallen Puppet.
Okay.
Essentially,
Put it back.
Put it back, put it back, put it back, put it back.
When a feature falls unconscious and dies within 30 feet, you can use a reaction to have the creature make a single weapon attack. The creature then falls and dies, or dies appropriate. Amplify to give the creature's attack a +2 bonus. So it attacks the nearest, I guess. I was assuming it'd attack the goblin nearest to it.
Yeah.
So it does that.
So what happened?
Wait.
It just like
Essentially,
it just
I bring it
scrapes
back to
over and
life. To
So
do
it just
one
makes a normal attack.
Does it get a
a
plus
normal
2?
attack, amplify to give the creature's attack roll +2.
Okay.
So I use necromancy to make it get up and attack the closest goblin.
And then
Is it in melee range or?
Yeah, it was right next to it, which is why I said.
Okay, yeah. So this creature falls to the ground, and Sven, you do some incantation, and the creature, as it's falling, stops, stands up straight, turns, and just slashes down and kills the one next to it.
Wow.
Did something good.
Are you here? Somebody's like, what? You can do that?
And let it be known that when I did that, my eyes did glow purple as I lifted it. It wasn't like a speechy thing. It was just like a real like thing. And yeah.
It's like the eye.
Sula, your turn.
Okay. I am going to cast Cause Fear on the Hellhound and the Shaman.
Okay, just one.
So
Okay.
they each have to make Wisdom saving throws and beat a 12.
That's the same energy right there.
Beat a 12, you said?
Yeah.
The giant unit from the kitchen. That's the meat. That's the same energy we have.
But are those two things that killed count as 2 kills?
Alright, they both failed. Pretty
I don't think
miserably.
so. Yeah.
Let's just say I'd get 2 XP if I rolled those games as a PC. So they both failed, so
Yeah.
they're just
that's
feared
the-
now?
That's the same
Yeah,
energy
and I
right
say, the meat is mine. Run away.
there. Casting
But I
spells.
can't make them run away. They're just frightened of me.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Or at least
also
run away from
you look
you.
very menacing too.
Okay.
Well, no, they don't run, they
Satanta,
just-
it's your turn.
Can't come closer and they get disadvantage if they can
Okay.
see me.
Alright. So he does a similar move to last time, except this time he draws 4 points.
Ooh.
And he casts
A square.
Quadra
level
missiles.
2.
Oh! Don't
Magic
miss.
missile.
Man, you're on a roll. First the idea for the
against
thing.
the
and now
druid.
4
Okay.
points. What do you say?
All 4 on the druid?
Oh, I didn't say anything. He just draws shit.
Yeah, 4 on the shaman.
Okay.
Oh, those are big numbers.
8.
5, 10, 14.
It explodes into a
17
fine
damage.
mist.
On what, the shaman?
How would you like to kill the shaman?
Hey!
Just blow
It's
up.
all force, so just blast it back.
Into the wall and just
Okay.
dies.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, so he just gets splattered. He gets knocked right over here, and his blood is
damn.
just, there's just like a cavity in his chest.
You should have shot all his appendages off.
Well,
Guys, can we deal with the hellhound in the room?
Hellhound's turn.
It's very meta.
And then Sven died.
And then
Yeet.
Sully.
Yep.
Yeet.
Yeet. I don't think I could take that 19 damage.
And it gets disadvantage because it can see you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
Didn't matter.
of course it didn't.
So before
Does a 23 hit?
before you do anything.
What?
Before you do anything, because I didn't hear what it was.
Yeah.
I'm going to use Unsettling Visage.
Okay.
Because it's so once per short rest, when a creature you can see makes an attack roll against you, you can use a reaction to impose
It's not
disadvantage,
attacking you.
But I'm right behind her.
But it's not
It's not attacking you.
Okay.
I would say I thought you could only use a reaction once per turn anyway.
I mean, the reaction was on my turn, because it was a reaction that I.
Yeah, but it hasn't rolled back
That's
around.
how-
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that was okay.
Touch the spindle. Touch it, I say.
It,
Oh.
I actually didn't
why do
know that
hellhounds
was
have to do
the
such
other-
complicated damage?
I hear a lot of dice.
Oh.
Eric, did you roll high again? Eric.
Mariana, would you like to come confirm what I just rolled?
Let's say.
Was it all
Oh,
fucking
yes.
rolled like 2 20s in
Oh, that's beautiful.
What is it?
Gorgeous.
Am I dead?
It was nice
I'm
knowing you.
6 on a d6, 6 on a d6, 8 on a d8.
Oh!
Take
Eric.
23 damage.
Oh,
I'm dead. I'm down.
Alright.
You mean you get XP?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the whole reason you created that whole system is like so we don't feel bad when we die.
Yeah, so it runs over to you and just it opens its mouth, just like burning with fire in it, and just
Eats you.
grabs you and just tosses you up and like throws you against the wall.
Oh yeah,
Where
she's
does
down.
she land?
Just like
Right there.
one square over, I guess, next to the wall.
Do I see her
Ah,
land next to the
She, as soon as the mouth opens in front of her, she goes, "This is how I go."
I'm in trouble.
I'm in danger.
Ba-dum-bum.
Sally.
These two
But-
these two goblins are running for it, so there's really only one way out. So they're just gonna try to run past all of you.
So attack of opportunity. Do I get one?
But everybody-
Oh fuck!
I can-
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
only think of the bear interview when the bear
How do you
smashes
attack
the
of
table.
opportunity?
Actually, yeah, let's give you the attack of opportunity. So yeah, anyone who one of them runs past can take an attack of opportunity.
So
Does
who
he
does
run
not
Short
past me?
sword.
One of them does, yeah, but you don't have a melee weapon out.
Can
No.
I
Yeah.
can I say something about how my character went down really quick?
Yeah.
When the hellhound's like literally about to eat her, she takes her hammer and she holds it and like turns around. She knows she's about to get like chomped, but she holds it to try to protect it as much as she possibly can. And she gets thrown to the wall, and like just the force of everything does knock her out. But she did have it like in her hands, like it's still in good condition. She's just like with her life, like her dying breath, she's protecting this thing.
Jesus.
Unconscious breath.
Unconscious breath. I also have a cool new icon, which is failure, success, death scene.
Yes, when we get there.
So attacks of opportunity.
I don't have a melee weapon out.
14.
I have my bow.
That hits.
Technically I didn't have my melee weapon out.
I do magic.
Unarmed
stuff.
Oh, no, you're not
Okay,
close
I
to
don't
us.
think
Yeah.
I mean, I have a
you're not
melee
close.
weapon. Does that count?
Unarmed
Is it
strike
out?
+2.
I don't think I said I pulled it
That-
out, so.
No,
That's not.
14 hits though.
Woo! So then
Kill him.
for the
Do it for
short
Sally.
By the way, it's dead.
Yeah.
By the way, you don't even have to roll; it's dead.
Yeah, I mean, if I really wanted
Any
to,
other ones?
5, 6 damage.
Yes.
Well,
And what about the other one?
What about the
I only
second
get
one?
one.
I'm only at 1. The
You only
second
get one,
one's
yeah.
the Other side.
Did it escape us?
Hellhound. No, it's not
Here,
Hellhound.
I-
It's your
I
own
think it's
time.
my turn now.
Kier,
I
it's
think
your
I can
turn.
just do an object.
I'm
He doesn't look out.
Oh, I
I'm
have
restricted, so I think I have disadvantage.
You're not restrained anymore.
Oh, perfect.
When the
Shaman.
goblin shaman died, you saw they were seated
I
into the
lost
ground.
2 arrows,
Sweet.
that's right.
13 plus
You
5,
get some
18 a
armor.
hit.
That hits.
All right, I'm doing that.
Yeah,
I'm doing that extra attack thing
You
on
get
it.
better armor.
Yeah, plus 1d8.
Of course.
My God.
Fucking so bad.
One, two, bird.
Yeah. So 6 plus 3. Yeah. 9 damage
Okay.
against the wolf.
Yeah, so you just string an arrow and right into its shoulder. Herodonce, your turn.
I'm gonna turn, and I'm gonna turn to like cut down the golem. I turn then to the wolf, and then I see Sally on the side, and I'm just like, fuck! And then I just like, I run over to the hell hand, behind its, or flank it, so to speak.
Alright.
And I guess because it was engaged.
I'll give you sneak attack. There's people near it.
Yeah, I don't know how. Okay.
Oh,
And
you
then
should put
so
me
then
down.
I will short sword just like try and slash it from the back like hind legs.
Yeah, okay, come on.
Is it weird that he's
Just-
taller?
Not gonna
And
go
then
down.
Sven murdered
Gonna
her.
go down
He's
swinging.
taller laying down
You
than
get-
he
you
is
get- you get
standing
there?
up.
So then, hello.
Hello?
Where did my d20 come?
Nowhere it went.
That's a 16. So
Okay, hot. 16 plus
That-
5.
That hits.
19. Okay, great.
I mean, it was 21, but yeah.
Thank you. It's a little too late for me to do math at the
Yeah.
moment. Is Bless still active?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Only applies to hit though.
To a hit.
To hit it.
To hit.
Not
Two
to
hit.
damage.
Oh, to hit it.
Under
yeah,
attack.
you can't do it for your damage.
Oh, dicks.
4 and then plus 2d6. 10 damage.
Okay. Hellhound's definitely not looking great.
Took a little rough.
It is. Sally, make a death saving throw.
Okay, so just a D20.
Yeah.
Oof. It's a 4.
That's one fail.
That's one more.
That's one XP.
Thanks.
Oh,
It
so we get an extra XP
is
every time
Sven-
we fail. Okay.
It's Sven's turn.
I'm getting so much XP.
So I'm gonna draw my longsword,
Okay.
Gonna jump into the dog.
and I'm gonna as a bonus action before I attack the Hellhound, I'm going to use my Crimson Right, which I take 3 damage. It's a blood ritual.
Damn.
So
too
I
bad
take-
Tom's not a bitch.
Don't worry, guys. He's a good guy. Don't worry.
Yeah. So I take 3 damage, and that adds lightning damage to my sword. I can't find what it adds because is a little weird.
1d4.
It'd be oh yeah, I see it now. It says 1d4. So I rolled a hit. Oh, finally, that's 18 plus 4. That's 22. That
I mean,
hits.
it's a weapon attack, so
Yeah.
once you add your.
It's a whole. I hit it
You
at
hit
that
I'm
point.
just saying.
Yeah, if you
Uh,
fail one.
So that is a 1d8 plus 2 plus 1d4, right?
Feels bad.
I don't know. I don't even know what he
What?
said.
Maybe I should stop fighting the giant thing.
Roll high.
Maybe I should stop fighting
That's a 7 plus 2 is 9 plus a d4, 2. So that's 11.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah! So you see him, I guess, nick his thumb and just draw blood down the side of it, and lightning crackles wherever the blood is touched. And he goes up to it,
Damn,
and he
Sally's not
stands-
even awake to see this.
and he stands in front of Sully as she's slightly conscious. And from her eyes, it can be seen as heroic standing in front of her. That's not what Sen's doing. He's just standing in front of her to attack the monster. Unfortunately.
I gotta write this down. Alright, wait.
So again, from her eyes, it can be seen as heroic, just like, lightning crackling over to fight this monster.
Oh.
And it's just a string of things coming down at him, and he's done this multiple times, fighting, demons all his life. And he just eviscerates it, just straight through the mouth up to clamp it down so no fire can get out.
Yeah,
have
so he
to beat
clamps up
suspension.
and it just kind of collapses onto its back.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how Banff did that look?
From her eyes, like godly.
Well,
Everyone else
I'm
probably
behind watching this.
Again, imagine just Nick
in front
lightning
of you.
shove up the face.
That's pretty. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I literally wrote Sven stands in front of her heroically, so that's all I'm gonna remember.
From behind the beast, because I'm right behind the beast, you see the beast collapse, and Iridanza just looks at
I guess you
her.
could see it go up and lightning shoot up as it
I
goes
just
through its
look-
face.
Iridanza looks at her and Sven, and just
Yeah. Sven's in his element fighting demons. Apparently not with gargoyles.
impressed.
And with that,
impressed.
it's very late. I think we're just going to close at the end of the fight.
Wait, what happens to what
Well,
happened?
we'll pick it up.
The 3 hit points. You're back up.
So we're gonna start next week if everyone can make it, where you just got healed and the beast just died.
Do I just click
Okay.
success 3 times?
No, you just add
You're
3.
back
You
up.
just add 3 health points, yeah.
Oh,
I
and
still
take care of
have
it.
health,
All right, so
and then
that's the end of episode 2 of The Way You Roll.
Woohoo!
Does anyone think any of their bonds were resolved today?
No.
No.
Didn't think so.
Not yet. We're close
So
to it.
thanks for watching, and we'll be back here probably next Sunday.
See you next
Yay.
week. Thank you.
Boy.
Did you ever uncuff?